Hi, my name is Tiffany Cameron, Reggae Girls top striker, and you are watching Ryan LFC YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, and there's them here. This is Boom Boom, aka World Boom, the Billboard selector. And me I represent for Ryan LFC. To get the latest Reggae Boyz content, just hit that like and subscribe button. And the Operation Ball Game, I say, knock it, Ryan.
Good evening to everyone out there, yard and abroad. I really appreciate all of you guys tuning in to the channel. So if you're watching back on the replay, I want you guys to share your opinion down in the comment section. I am going to try my best to go through all of you guys comment. All right. So the people that are watching the live stream now, please, we have an interesting topic to talk about, something that's going to change the game for Jamaican football, not just for the senior team, under 17, under 15, under 20. We want to make a change. You know me, guys. I make the most noise. I cuss out the most people on YouTube. So when we see something good, want to change the game of the sports, listen, man, I have to jump on it. So first and foremost, people, I want to give Mannings, man, a whole lot of credit because he is the mastermind behind this. You understand? And I want to be a part of change. You understand? So I want to big up Mannings, man. My viewers and subscribers, I will not be the co-host tonight. The co-host will be Mannings, man. He going to give the Jamaican people something special tonight. He did it on his channel, but we want to make the people them know what we're doing going forward. And for the people them, we're going to need you guys' support. You understand? We have a special guest. You understand? We have two special guests in the building, people. One going to join us a little bit late. But without further ado, people, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave your thought down in the comment section. So, first and foremost, people, I want to introduce my guest tonight. My first guest, Mannings, man. Good evening, sir, man. Welcome and Elite Sports TV. It's a pleasure. I want to tell you, my brother, thank you very much to come up with this great idea. And we expect to be a success. I want the people, Jamaica, yard and abroad, no matter where in the world you are, we need a support with this one. So, Mannings, man, good evening, man. All the family, all everything's, man. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. Good evening, Ryan. Good evening to all the persons in the comment section. It's always good to be here, man. The last time I was here, I mean, so many things have changed. The name of the channel has changed. Your jersey has changed from red to yellow. The position of your team has changed from 4 to what? 14, all of those things. So
don't worry, man. You're coming to Anfield, you know. Don't worry about it, man. You're coming to Anfield. You're coming to Anfield.
So many, but it's always a pleasure being here, man. Always, and I am sure sports giving us support. So it's always an honor and a privilege to work together. You understand? Because all of us have the same desire. Even when we're the most critical, all of us want to see the good of the football. There's no person who discuss it that want Jamaica football to die. We may not sound that way sometimes because it hurt us deep down, but yeah, you know, we really, all of us, every person in the space, every person in the comment section want what is best for Jamaica's football, and that is why we're here tonight, you know. So thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Thank you, Mannings, man. And again, I appreciate, you know, you want to make changes in the football. And I'm so happy you come up with this idea because we can there, of course, every single day. But people, I want you guys to be a part of the change. You understand? We can help. And this is the way we're going to get together and help the Jamaica national team going forward. So big up to all the people down in the comment section. So without further ado, listen, people, this Liverpool thing and Arsenal thing is for another thing. You know what I mean? Them have too much money. You understand? Me enjoy Liverpool, but Jamaica is my first love right now. You understand? It was Liverpool first, but me change because, you know, I get deep in this Jamaica thing. So definitely. So people, without further ado, people, we're going to bring on our next guest. I call him the research boss. You get to me and say people always bring a whole heap to the table, people. Always come with a great idea and him compliment the work I'm doing on the show. So, Prince, good evening, man. Welcome to the show, my brother. How are you doing? You're mute.
Yeah, sorry about that. Even Ryan, even Mannings, man, looking forward to a fabulous show, right? I want to go into the show today, and there's so much that I'm looking forward to learning. I already have the book and the pen out, research always doing, right?
Okay.
Looking forward to capturing some information, and it's just by the end of the show, I hope that I can be way more knowledgeable than how I started the show. So, definitely looking forward, and based on the topic, the topic is really interesting to me, and trust me. It's just great being on the show today, right?
Definitely. So, people, our next guest we're going to bring on, people, he's not a stranger to Ryan Sports Classic. Ryan Elliott. Oh my God, I have so much name, man. Elite Sports TV. So we want to welcome the General Secretary to the space again. We really appreciate him coming on and stuff, man. Mr. Dennis Chung, good evening, sir. Welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, man. How you doing? Ryan Mannings and the Umbra man.
So, how you doing, Mr. Chung?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Okay, fair enough. So, people, our next guest, that's the president. He running a little bit short, and hopefully he can come as soon as possible, people. So, give him a little bit of time. People, keep it clean down in the comment section. This is something that we want the people them to understand, that we want to change the mindset of the people them. All right, we probably don't change everybody tonight, but that's the aim, and we're trying to reach out for everybody to come on board to help. But without further ado, people, it's not in my hand anymore. It's in Mr. Mannings' man hand. Take it over, Mr. Mannings' man.
All right, so thank you, Ryan. So let me just give a little background and just help run a couple of things. The truth is that this is not Mannings' man idea. Really, this came out of all the discourse that we have had on these platforms, like before the pandemic, when, in particular throughout the last World Cup campaign, when many of us were disappointed with many things, and many debates, many arguments, many quarrels, many fights, many disagreements were had, and different people are different things. And I would say that every single vlogger or content creator on YouTube must be credited, including the persons in the comment section, because this is something that we have always been saying, but we have never put it together in terms of paperwork and organization. So it is not for me, it is for the football. And like I said when I did it on my show, we can add to it, we can take from it, we can create something coming out of it. It is not the document, it is not the thing, it is just a thing that can be changed. All right. And so that's one. The other premise I have to set is that we have to look at the context that we are in if we're going to understand what we need to do. And part of that meaning, France, as an example, they don't really go outside of France for players, because the players that they use, many times, though they are from other countries, they live and play in France. Jamaica, the dynamics of Jamaica is a little different, that the players that can qualify to play for us are not playing in our league or living in our country. They live outside. And so our approach cannot be like France. Our approach cannot be like England. All right. So none of those countries are similar to us. I think of probably the Caribbean countries and CONCACAF nations, Jamaica, probably with the exception of the United States and Mexico, have the largest population outside of its own geographical border, one. And also, we probably have the largest population as a Caribbean nation in England and possibly in the United States, the English-speaking Caribbean. That means that there's a vast wealth of human intellectual capital and resources available, and we think like the football need to tap into that. And I know that Mr. Chung, being a astute businessman, would agree that even for the economical growth of the nation, we have to find a way to tap into our intellectual capital outside the geographical borders of Jamaica. And that same kind of thing is what is igniting this discussion on football, right? How are we going to tap into the vast amount of talent outside of Jamaica, on the male side and on the female side, as early as possible, so that we don't have any more top talent being lost? And then we see, like in the last World Cup, where there was a 27-man squad that could have been named of persons who could have represented Jamaica, between England, United States, the Netherlands, Costa Rica, Honduras. All of those nations had players playing for them that could have qualified and played for Jamaica. 27. All right. So it means that there are players out there. And then what then is the strategy that we need to seek and see if we can provide them with the opportunity? And we believe that doing that would not deter our domestic players any bit. We believe that if you add quality, then things will get better gradually. The more quality you add is the more even our local league and players will step up in standard, and there may come a day when the local standards are so high that here's what happened. We don't have to go outside of the geographical borders. There is that possibility, but right now, in the present state, in this present context, we need outside help. So that is the premise for this document, Mr. Chung. So I don't know if you agree that, because if you don't agree that that is something we need to do, then what we have put together may not necessarily be of any value.
Yeah. No, I think that you're correct in your analysis. What I have found, and certainly my experience also, in terms of, I've done a few companies that have gone in and they've had issues and fixed them. The most important thing in any environment, any organization, is culture and mindset. That's the most important thing, because you can have the most money in the world, you can have the best team in the world. If you don't have a proper culture, if you don't have a proper mindset, then you're going to have a problem, right? And that's why I love this initiative that Ryan is speaking to me about, because what he said initially and what we want to do is we want to change the mindset. When you look at the Adidas attraction to Jamaica, Adidas, who is looking from outside, see the potential in the Jamaican brand, see the talent. When I go and speak to coaches from overseas.
Just a second, guys. I'm going to try to help the president to get on. So I'm going to come off stream a little bit. All right, just give me a minute. You can continue, Mr. Chung.
Yeah. So the coaches overseas, they see a lot of talent in Jamaica. I find that sometimes as Jamaicans, we're too hard on ourselves. The people outside, the Adidases, the coaches overseas, they see a lot more positives. And I think that this is what this sort of program that you guys working on will enable, right? I am not saying, right, that we should excuse incompetence and inefficiency. We need to hold each other accountable. But as Ryan said at the start of the program, we need to hold each other accountable in a very respectful way, because what I find is that, and my experience with managing people is that, you see when you keep putting down somebody, you actually make them worse. When you recognize the potential that someone has, you actually help them to improve. And at the end of the day, you're right. Mannings, man, we have the talent, we have the potential. But the truth is that if we keep talking negatively about ourselves, then the persons who could represent us not will want to represent us. And that is one of the things that the coach has spoken about, that we have to be positive. The talent that we have out there, when he looks at the amount of people and the talent that can actually represent Jamaica, is amazing. I mean, we could actually, with that talent that we have, we could go very far. But we have to ensure that we attract people to the program. And I think that what you guys are doing, is a great initiative. I applaud you for it, because the truth is that we all want the best for Jamaica. I gave a commitment when I came here last November. I'm going to be very transparent. Right? I hope I've lived up to that. But that is what I'm going to do with you guys. I'm going to be very transparent about it. I'm going to hold myself accountable. I'm going to make sure that the right thing happens at JFF, and that's what I can do. And if each of us play our part, then I think that the sky is the limit for Jamaica based on the talent we have. I mean, not just on the men's side, but I know you guys that I heard about this girl, Jody Brown.
Yeah, man. We know Jody Brown. Jody Brown is from.
Yes, man, definitely.
Yeah, man. She the talent that she has, boy. When I remember a few weeks ago, I was at a coaches convention in Philadelphia, the largest convention in the world. And, when my cousin Humans is introduced me to everybody and tell them I'm from JFF, the first thing they say, right? One of the first things they talk about, the coaches, boy, you have a girl there, Jody Brown. She's amazing. In fact, some players that I was introduced to, the first thing they said to me, you have a girl, Jody Brown. We don't know how to stop her. That is the sort of talent that we have. And I hear that there are a few more like that coming up. So we big all over. We just need to, as Jamaicans, cultivate the culture that accepts it and say, hey, we're going to run with it. And as I said, hold us accountable. Everybody needs to hold themselves accountable. Right, and we're gonna move this thing forward, and I have to big up people like you and Ryan Mannings, man, that hold us accountable. Ryan, no, I don't mind it. Curse me, I don't want to curse me. At the end of the day, as long as it's Ryan buying the drink, him can curse me, I don't want to curse me.
Yeah. So that is like I said, the whole concept. Because listen, and because it's important that we also understand that there is a Jamaica being marketable as a nation generally is not a reflection of the talent available in Jamaica. No. Because we could still sell a whole lot of football jerseys even if we don't have the best talent, because Arsenal, for example, designed a Jamaican looking jersey, and it had nothing to do with any Jamaican player being at Arsenal. Just the Jamaican color, it did the same thing. Shut down the Adidas website.
You notice, you notice that from Arsenal design that Jamaican jersey, they start the good.
Well, if you want to think that's good, that's not a problem. I support Arsenal. So
the problem Liverpool have is that they never have a Jamaican jersey design.
Yeah. But the other thing is the same thing that happened Ajax with the Bob Marley One Love design, and how that become a theme song. So the truth is that as a people, as a nation, it is marketable even if we're not putting out the talent. So what we're trying to do is ensure that we add talent to the marketability, which will increase our market value. So because now with this marketability, with this platform, just imagine with me, if we were winning Gold Cups
Yeah.
going to semifinals of World Cup with what we already have, how big the deal could be,
Yeah, man.
how wide
Huge.
the reach could spread, and that is
Huge.
what we want to do.
And I don't put it past us to do very well with the plans that the coach have. I really don't put it past us. I think that based on what I've seen, and the way we're preparing right now, because already we're a big team with the girls, the women. I can tell you a lot of teams want to play us on the women's side. So really don't put it past us. I think that we have the ability right now, right? We have the opportunity right now, and with what I see in terms of the human resources, from terms of the head coach and the moves that are being made, I think we're going to do very well leading up to 2026 and in 2026.
Okay, all right, awesome. I mean, I don't know if Kevin want to add anything, and then I'll show you a diagram that, like I said, we have designed and how it works as just a pathway to getting some of this thing done. I don't know if
Wait, say Kevin, what do you mean? Umra man?
All right. So at this point, we're pretty much just observing and just taking in everything that
All right.
Manny's man has been saying. Take it in like a sponge. But I will have some questions shortly. So you can go ahead and you can
right.
present your presentation.
So of course, we understand that the JFF is the governing body. So there's nothing you can do outside of the auspices of the JFF. Right? It must be sanctioned by them because they are the governing body, and we can't separate the responsibilities that we will take on from the JFF, because we don't want to create disunity. So I have to make that clear, that people understand that whatever is done, it has to be done under the auspices of the JFF, because they are the governing body that determines everything that happens. We can't just independently go out and represent Jamaica's football without the sealed authority of the Jamaica Football Federation. It is going to cause conflict. So at the top of the triangle would be, and Ryan I can bring up, is the JFF. We don't know if that is the name, but it would be the JFF Supporters Club, the JFF.
So Manning, I spoke to a few person today, and they said instead of the JFF Supporters Club, the Reggae Boyz Foundation. It's just like how the Reggae Girls have Reggae Girls Foundation. So you probably can rechange the name and put it as Reg. But for now, it's just a
work with that. Yeah. So we can always change that, right, Mr. Chung? So at the top of that is where it at, which is under the governance of the Jamaica Football Federation. Now there are two specific parts, and we want to tap into two specific area of the diaspora, right? The financial resources and the technical resources. There is a technical committee in the JFF and a finance committee. All right. The technical committee is headed by the technical director, the chairman of the technical committee, and the senior head coach on the male side, because the girls have a similar structure, but the head coach is different, right? Different head coach. So and they have a foundation. So that would be, say, Mr. Speed, Mr. Hal Grimson, and Wendell Donzel, who is the present technical director. On the finance committee side, you would be the person. So you would be the person who the two committees. So there are two committees. They call it the Diaspora committees. One exists in the United States, and one is in the USA, and that covers North America. And one in the United Kingdom would cover all of that, right? On the finance committee side, the other one is on the technical side. So each of these jurisdictions will have two committees functioning. One that is based on raising finances, putting in procedures to help a player to move from, I think I have a grandparent from Jamaica, to actually getting them to the place where even if they're not called up, they have a Jamaican passport. We want to begin to operate like the Jewish people. That if you think you're a Jew, they give you a Jewish passport. So the Jews have, I mean, I know there are other intricate stuff involved in that. So you'd have that. You'd have these set of people they will, like I said, bring in the finances, they will help with the documentation when persons can prove that they are legitimately connected to Jamaica. If there are camps that need to be held, they will be able to host those camps, having raised funds to do that. None of this will happen without reports being given to you, who then, when you meet with your board of directors or the governance committee at the JFF, you can say, listen, they collected $10 and they're going to keep this camp and that camp and that camp, and you have approved it, and they keep the camp, they show you the budget. So everything is managed, and everything is shown to you who give approval on the financial side. On the technical side, we have been in dialogue with many of the past players, and they want to be involved. These are players who are willing to give, who are not seeking to get. They're not doing this because they want money or they want salaries. They are doing this because they also understand that there's a lot of talent in the United States and North America and Central America that can represent Jamaica, that they dialogue with often. We have several players also in England, in the United Kingdom, who wants to give back, but just want a structured way of giving back in terms of helping to identify players. Because we also know that the final responsibility of team selection and player for the squad is in the hand of our head coach. Whomever the senior coach is on the male side or on the female side, same thing for the under 20 and the under 17. These committees are not here to select teams, but to ensure that the talent that can represent Jamaica are identified and they are given a pathway to becoming Jamaican citizen, that if any of our coaches at any point needs a 16-year-old, he has a pool to look at. Needs a center back who is for the senior team, he has a pool, and he knows that if I call them, they have the requisite documentation already in place to play. Because we don't want to have a top superstar, and by the time we come out and say, you know that I don't know if you know this, you know that Ainsley Maitland Mile of Ainsley Ainsley
And
Niles of Arsenal. The moment it was said that he could represent Jamaica and he had Jamaican connection, the next international call up, he was kept and never called back again. What we want to do is, by the time the next player comes out and say, I am connected to Jamaica, they already have a Jamaican passport. And when the English FA, when Coach Hal Grimson spoke, one of the things he said is that if a player plays for Jamaica at 16 and 17, England is not going to call them again. And the idea is to capture them as early as we can. They may not be world class right now, but at 21, if we don't capture them, they are going to be so far in the English system that it becomes very difficult for us to convince them at this point. So the past players in England, they want to come together and form a committee that would do this. And then there's a next set of persons, resource persons, persons in finance and stuff, who are willing to meet with you, and persons in the JFF as often as possible to put together the kind of framework that will be able to, like the Reggae Girls Foundation, to raise funds, to, like I said, to help with, say, Coach Hal Grimson says, finds out that there are 30 players over there, right? The same way as a camp in Jamaica. Financially, it would be too burdensome for the JFF to bring those players to Jamaica for a camp. So these people could raise funds and then have the coach fly up, find a venue, and keep the camp in England, saving resources, still seeing the player. The same thing can happen to the United States. We had over 40 guys who did the training camp in Port St. Lucie for the under 17s. Not all of them were selected, but what would happen is that our coaches could go and have a camp there, and also have camp here for the domestic players. It also, I believe, provide opportunities for the coaches locally to be able to travel into these spaces and learn in these environments to add to their learning. It also creates the opportunity at times for us to take, while we're going up to have a camp in England, we may be able to bring 3 players locally over there in that space so they can learn and begin to integrate them in the system from early. So those are some of the ideas that we're putting together. Like I said, we already have in the United States 15 past Jamaica national players who are ready to do this. So far, Ricardo Gardner is mobilizing, and he has over 10 former players in England who are ready to be a part of this. And they're not asking for any money, they just want to give back. And so that is the flesh, the bones of the idea. We need to just add the flesh to it.
Yeah, I like the idea. You know, the truth is that, you know, the more of us that can work together, right, and support the program, is the better it is for us. So, you know, it makes us stronger linkages, and definitely I like this because, you know, what I'm interested in is to ensure that we get the ability to do this sort of thing, to go to camps, you know, to look at players. That's the foundation of everything. And, you know, if we can get the support to do this, not just financially, but also with persons rallying around with the organization, you know, I think that we can go far away with it. So I love it. I think we just need to look at, you know, how we're going to launch something like this. I mean, something like this, once we get it in place, you know, I definitely want everyone to know, you know, we do a press conference together and that sort of thing. But it's a great idea, guys. You know, very, very good. And I thank you for it. You know, it just goes to show that, you know, your heart is in the right place for Jamaica and Jamaican football.
Yeah. Yeah. And so there you go. So we, like I said, there are 2 players, and the truth is, and we know this, not everyone can be part of a committee, because there are many players, and like I said, we know as well that as much as the JFF is changing, there are many things that needs to be changed as well. So there's a lot of change, but we also understand that the wheel is spinning, but the car isn't going at 90 yet. You're probably at, say, 50. So momentum is going. And so we don't want to like say, okay, let's wait until. So we are saying, listen, let us do what we can do. Let us, you know, come together and add value to the process. Because the truth is, it doesn't stop you from criticizing, but you're offering a solution. So I don't think, for example, that this means that if a team play bad, I can't say the team played bad. But this could still be going on. And I could still say the team didn't perform well enough. Because some things just need to happen. And this is close to my heart, because I know of kids who have missed the opportunity of representing Jamaica. And truthfully, I don't want that to happen to my sons. I would not want them to get to a place where they say, Daddy, you know that I think I better play. I don't know how I deal with that. Like I think I prefer play for the United States. What do you think, Daddy?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you something. I think that's a very important point, you know. I mean, I tell you right now, the while that I went to that great school on Old Hope Road, Jamaica College, you know. And I was up there the other day talking to the principal, and, you know, he said something very instrumental to me. You know, Jamaica College has a very good football program, right? And he said, call me Chung. He said, Chung, you know what? He went to school with me. He said, you know, what people don't realize about our football program is not about getting everybody a professional contract, because he says they have gotten about 60 scholarships for people in the program, right? Boys who play football. And he says about 5% of that is what are people who go on to a professional football career. But at the end of the day, every one of them comes out with a degree, right? And that is what we want to create, right? And the president speaks about football as a social impact. That is really the important thing. As I said to Ryan the other day, I said to somebody the other day, I said, listen, football is not about us, The real purpose of football is a little youth who have a dream, who have a vision, and say, this is what I want, for my career, or this is the route which I am going to take my family out of poverty. That is what football is about. And this is what something like this can do. Because the more people that we can see, the more talent that we can build, right, and create. I just don't see it as people playing for the JFF, but we give these children exposure too. So the more that we can see, the more people that we can expose, it means the difference between a family in poverty and a family living a decent life, and giving people that opportunity. So you're right, man. That's what I want to create.
Yeah, and what I wanted to, because like I think it is important that there's a role that people can play and they don't interfere in the role of others. So we have young men. Let's I recently had, and because I have a dialogue, we had a show with some persons who are Jamaican in England. And the issue they mentioned on the show is that they don't feel accepted in England, but they don't feel welcome in Jamaica. And I think we're going to have to use football to break that. So in other words, even the ones who sometimes play for England, like a Rhyme Sterling, they don't feel like they are appreciated. The way, but when they come to Jamaica to represent, sometimes they don't feel like they are welcome. And that's for different reasons. So I think the earlier we can get them, it is better. Which means we would love to be able, for example, with our under 17 team, how it shouldn't be difficult that the head coach, whomever that is, of the under 17, you have a squad of 20. There are more than 20 former national players who, when you go to look at people like Bancroft Garden, these guys are, super intelligent. Accomplish so much. You have persons like that. You have Tyrone Marshall. I can go on and on. You have the Woody Harris, the Ricardo Gardner. A lot of these guys could even serve as mentor for our younger players.
Yeah.
Our young players should be able to pick up the phone and call their mentor. Those players who have portrayed good character and quality in the years of representing our national team, to call and have a conversation with a Greg Simmons, a Gregory Messam, a Freddie Butler, Dean Sewell, a Paul Young, a Woody Harris, whomever, Fitzroy Simpson. They should be able to, a Marcus Gale, they should be able to pick up their phone and call a Dean Burton and say, I don't feel so confident in my game today.
Yeah.
Right? I think this is what we want the program to facilitate, that we can begin to have mentors for our young players from the under 15 all the way up. And because some of these mentors will even, you never know, will say, listen, all right, listen, in the summer, you can come and stay with me, and bring them in a professional environment, expose them to things. So we see this as just bigger, like I said, than football on the field, but personal development and breaking a long-standing barrier that many Jamaicans outside of Jamaica have felt. Like, I am not appreciated where I am at, but I don't feel welcome when I go to Jamaica. Where am I? They are lost in this place of nothing, nothingness. Like I'm not really a Jamaican, but I'm not really English. So I'm in between. I'm not really American, but I'm not really. And people have said that to them, that you are not real Jamaican because you don't live here. And we want to use football to break that down.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. That's where we need to go. We need to look at football as a social impact tool, you know. And you know, boy, I can't tell you how much Manningsman and Ryan, I love this turn of events. The focus now, you know, this is what we need to do. And you know, we need to criticize each other, but you know, we need to support each other with criticism. That's how I would put it. Criticism must be a support tool, you know, and this sort of thing that you're doing is definitely the way to go. You know, I like the infrastructure, how you set it up. I like the accountability, because you know, that's one thing that's going to be very important. You know, anything we do must be very transparent, and you know, we must be able to trace the accountability. You know, so I like it. So I like the way that you talk about, you know, the interaction and how one committee is going and persons are going to be accountable to the program, you know, and that's all we need to do. So it's great, you know, and I think that this has a potential to be huge, you know, to be a huge support. I mean, we're talking about 2 to 3 million Jamaicans overseas.
Yeah.
You know, can you imagine if even 20% of those people, you know, get on board and say, boy, we're going to support this train, you know, and move forward. Is the potential to change is huge. So, I mean, I don't think you guys recognize what you have done, but, you know, you have something here that potentially can be a major game changer in football. Because, as I said, I don't think that my assessment, I don't think that the main issue with football is the lack of talent, right? Or just the organization. I think the major problem with football has been that we have not embraced the culture of progress and the culture of progress around football. That, I think, is it. And you know, I've seen a lot of commentary around. I mean, consider 1998. You remember the spirit that was there in 1998 leading up to the World Cup?
Yeah.
That was something that a lot of people who weren't around at that time, you know, they wouldn't understand, you know. The 1998, when I sat in the stadium, when we qualified, when we played against Mexico, I tell you, you know, when the final whistle blow, you know, before you hear the eruption, for about 10 seconds, you could hear a pin drop, you know. Everyone was so elated, you know. It's just a feeling that overcoming. And the spirit that we had at that time, everyone was moving in the direction of football, you know, development of football. The stadium, I don't know if you guys were around, but you remember the stadium, you couldn't get a ticket to buy to go in the stadium, irrespective of who come. If Jamaica was playing a kindergarten team, the stadium ram. You understand? That is what we want to bring back. And that was a campaign leading up, right? And I think that we have a good infrastructure now. We have a good coach, you know, starting with this Trinidad match that's coming up, right? And you're going to see a lot more because we want to bring a lot more matches to Jamaica, right? Not just to Jamaica, but I've been talking to some people. Even yesterday, someone called me from New York, and they want to bring a Jamaican team to New York, a reggae girl or reggae boys to play in New York, right? So the spirit is catching up. I want to I want to see us wherever we go, where our diaspora is. So we want to big it up more than just Jamaica now, right? As in 1998, wherever the diaspora is, we want to go there and electrify this thing. So I mean, what you guys have, I think, is a foundation for it. You know,
Yeah.
so
And so
I mean, we're definitely on board with it.
So there are approximately 800,000 Jamaican living are persons with Jamaican heritage or connection in the United Kingdom. All right. So
Yeah.
if you go 10% of that, right, that's 80,000 people.
Yeah.
And if 80,000 people give £10 a year, that's 800,000, right? We go back to the
Yeah.
same 800. Multiply that by $200, you get 160 million Jamaican dollars.
Yeah.
So when you think about that, imagine all the grassroots program that can be changed. But the truth is, we also understand that people have to buy into a vision. And part of the thing, like Coach Al Grimson said, is that he would be willing to go and meet with some of these players because I think someone had suggested that maybe there should be some sort of dinner where he could go and meet with the players, because some of the relationships were bad. And what we want to do is to continue the change by letting them know that some things happened in the past. We are going past that. All right. We are going past that and we are going ahead. And he has that and meet with them. It changes the dynamics and everybody get on board, because there are still, we have to also face the reality. There are some persons who, because of their own experience, will have a bad taste in their mouth. And so we want, the coach did say that, listen, if they are there, I would go. It's not far. He says, I'm in Iceland. It's not far from Iceland to England. A couple of hours. I could go and meet with them just to mend the broken fences so we can move on. Because there's a ton. Well, we haven't gone to the United States because we could go with 5% of the population in the United States of America and Canada. If 5% of that 2 million, which is 100,000 people, 5% of 2 million, 100,000. I'm not so good at math now, so somebody else.
You're on target.
100,000. So you go 100,000 times, 140? Let's go 140. That's 140 million Jamaican dollars. That's if they give like $10 for a year.
Yeah.
If 5% of the Jamaican population in Canada and the United States give $10 a year, we have 140 million Jamaicans dollars. You know that it could fix a surface.
Yeah, we could fix a lot of pitches in Jamaica with that.
Here you go.
You know,
So imagine 5 years in a row, you get 160 million from the population in the United Kingdom and 140 from North America. Almost $500 million Jamaican dollars.
Yeah. No, it's some. No, I mean, a fire starts with a spark, and I think this is the spark, guys. I think this is the spark. You know,
So,
I want to just push it. Yeah.
So, welcome, Military Gunner. Thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it. So, people who don't know Military is one of us, YouTube, a content creator and stuff. So, welcome, Military. But before me hand over the button to Military and Prince, I just want to join in on what Mannings man has presented. Mannings, I'm telling you, man, this is something that going to change the whole dynamic of the Reggae Boyz. You know what I mean? Because we been here crying out for changes in the Football Federation, and you come up with something that can take us to the nether game, to the next level, right? And when you even look at it, to have so many past players in the United States and England, that's where we get most of our players, some of our players that represent for the national team. And I want to say, with these type of money, not saying people going to donate them type of money they as yet in the manage, but I'm saying with these type of money as we Mr. Chung said transparent is very important, and the books, I definitely believe in Mannings, man. The book will open up, people can see it. So it's nothing that we as past player YouTube are hiding. It's to improve the nation. Can you imagine the organization, the committee from England organize a camp, all Reggae Boyz camp, can even get games with club team, organize a facility. All the people from the JFF need to do is just to turn up, the coach turn up, and everything. That is just a different thing. You understand? And I see this going to be something big that going to change and take pressure off the Football Federation. Although these things taking pressure away, we still want to hold the JFF accountability for doing enough of these things. So I'm happy to come up with this, Mannings. Really appreciate it. And as your Chung say, he like it. He definitely like it and stuff. So over to you, Prince. You have anything? Mannings, I was showing a man and a mean bridging.
Yes, definitely. All right. So Mr. Chung, right? First, most more to say, like, if I could shake your hand right now, I would have shaken your hand, right? Because since you have came into the job, you have done a remarkable job so far, right? There was a lot of frustration built up in the Reggae Boyz supporter over the years of headache, years of frustration. And I think what you did is that you gave the Reggae Boyz supporters a platform that they could have expressed their frustration. And I think that's where the healing starts, right? First, we have to allow the fans to, express their frustration. And from right there, we can start the rebuilding of the connection between the fans and the JFF. And that is what you have done, sir, so far. So I would like to applaud you on a job so far. Okay, sir?
Yeah, man. Thanks.
All right. So, Mannings, man, next thing, want really for big you up for step forward and take an initiative like this. Because, trust me, having something like this is a huge game changer for the whole football nation of Jamaica, right? We know JFF, the world is a big place, and JFF, they don't have the resources nor the manpower to cover the globe. I think what this does is that this gives us the capability to carry out such actions, right? Because having somebody in the US, having somebody in the UK who is just one call away that can organize, our youth players, who can organize to sort out senior players and stuff. This is gonna be an absolute huge game changer to the program. And going forward, I'm looking for it to grow. I'm looking for it to grow.
From strength to strength.
Yeah, man, from strength to strength. So, Mannings, man, big up yourself and take a round of applause. Yeah? Military.
Military.
Una, hear me clearly?
Yes, Maria, I hear military.
All right. Good night, everyone. Ryan, Mannings, man, Prince.
Hold on. Military. What brand shirt you have on?
You know about nothing but
the man worse than Prince Ryan.
At stage. Me I wait on the region of Jamaica first, because I'm straight from Jamaica. All right, so beautiful presentation put forward by Mannings, man. I have to say, I was listening to it, every detail of it, and some key aspects I definitely want to take away from it. Where the importance of getting the diaspora on board, which is very, very important, and so you can have that connection between Jamaica, the diaspora, and also the players who are in the diaspora, and also the importance of this is very, very key, people. When you hear we have a federation where the past players are integral in the moving forward of the federation, I don't know, that's actually groundbreaking stuff, because not many federation, you see the past players are so eager to jump and support the federation because of ill will and all these things. So the inclusion of past players is so important, because past players have younger players looking up to them in the essence, especially players in the diaspora in England and these places, you have younger players in those regions who are tightly connected. As you know, man is man, that most of these young players that are representing us know that are from all these regions of the world, they are tightly connected to the past players or senior Reggae Boy players who would see this initiative and want to jump on board to this. It goes to show that there's a lot of people who want to see the federation and Jamaica specific move in one direction where we can have football as the main priority, World Cup or just even football, development of football in Jamaica as the main priority, producing top class quality talent. This is a beautiful initiative, and I for one is going to say that hats off to you, man. Hats off to you, Ryan. I think you've contributed to it as well, Prince, in the movement of this, because this is groundbreaking stuff in Jamaican football, and this should be the ripple effect to some better things to come.
Yeah.
So big up Dima for the super chat. Appreciate it, man. Go ahead, man.
So I'll add to that, Mr. Chung, that since we have started this, I don't know if you know that we have an attorney, a Jamaican attorney, former Woolmerian, who, well, let me say this.
Wrong school, but we'll take him.
The two oldest school in this part of the world, you know, is the great Mannings and the Woolmers, you know. Careful now, you know, when they get yourself in trouble, you know. But I mean, since we have come up with this, we have had attorneys. I mean, I don't want to call everyone's name, but you know, we have had a UN ambassador, and these are Jamaicans who want to be a part of it. There are also other persons who work with High Commission in the past, who have helped in the past, who are willing to give their service. There are persons who have also scouted players who are working, and it is to get everybody and make them feel a sense of value and worth, like you have contributed to something. I'm going to give you a very simple example of something that we thought about. So we just had an under-17 team that played a tournament. Win, lose, or draw. It's done, it's gone, it's dusted. And one of the things we said that this committee would do of past players is there is a team photo that should be taken, that at the end of the tournament, a letter is sent thanking every player, regardless of the outcome, with the team photo to them, and they will have that.
Yeah.
That means they know that they're appreciated, and even if they never get called again to a national team, they have a picture of when they represented Jamaica. They can blow it up, they can whatever. And in this digital age, you can do a printed one and send it.
Yeah, that's a very good idea.
Yeah. So stuff like that is what we want to do, because we don't want a player to feel like from day me come play. Imagine me come play the tournament and them don't call me back until me are 19, come play under 20. We don't want that to be anyone's experience, right? We want to do that. Yes, they are coming to represent Jamaica, but we also want them to represent Jamaica where they go.
Well, Manning's man, Ryan is 40 now and them not calling back yet.
I don't think he should have been called in the first place. But but yeah. So we have that. I have past players telling me that, listen, there can be telethons. I have people who have committed financial resources already. You know, I have people who have said that, listen, I will commit to giving $1,000 every year already.
Yeah,
once it is settled. More than one person. There's Reggae, the Reggae Boyz Supporters Club, who have already committed to paying the full cost for a coach to do I think it's $150,000 Jamaican after subsidy from the federation to do the B license or the A license. So they have committed, and they're going to do a launch soon where they go give that money to pay for.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
So people have heard about this and they want to come on board. The thing is, which is what some people are still, and I'll say to the people, listen, I hear you, but things are things are happening. Like I said, the players are already meeting. You're going to hear about the coach being given the money. But you can't just, the idea is people want to know the B license. There you go. Like that there is absolute transparency. And that is why there's a reporting to Mr. Chung so that, because what you don't want to know, as an example, that me, Ryan Military, and Kavan collect all the money. Mr. Chung don't know about it. We do what we want to do. A man saying give we 10 million. We only have 1 million, and then we so some of the money gone. Or we don't want to get the money and we hand over. Say we hand it over to the JFF and they have 1 million. We go back and say, can we get 500 to do this? They say, boy, we use it. You know that, boy, Randy come up here now. We have to treat him good enough, so we buy him. We put on a big dinner for him and we will friend them from Dangarima.
Yeah, we know that is just theoretical, right?
Yeah. Hypothetically speaking. Right, hypothetically speaking. So the idea though is that on both ends there is openness and transparency. Yeah. If that account is set up, that is monitored with signatories, that everything there is quarterly reports that everybody can see where every cent goes every single time. And that is, I think that is the part, because this will serve, I believe, to restore the image that many people have, that the federation, not the individual, but the federation is a failing federation. Because sometimes, Mr. Chung, you know this, a company may not be failing because everything rises and falls on the leadership. You have been in places where when you step in, everything got better. So it wasn't the company, it was the personnel.
Well, you know, I was just thinking that, you know, I mean, I've been in a few companies where I've gone in and, you know, we've turned it around, and it's one thing caused it. And this is why I'm so excited about this. One thing. What changed is the attitude of the people in the organization. That's the most important thing. And this guys, I mean, is the greatest thing. What we need to do now, I mean, once we set up the structure, is just ensure that there's continuity.
Yeah.
So we don't just talk about it. And the way for us to do that, man is man. Just like I do with my meetings, I mean, I set a meeting time that is automatic. So every month we have this meeting, whether we have something to talk about or not, but it keeps the ideas fresh in people's mind, and we talk about it, and that's how we build on it. It's going to take a little while, nothing overnight, but you know, that's how we start it, and set up the infrastructure. That's going to be important. And you know, we just have regular meetings. Once you have regular meetings, then you're going to move forward. So, you know, let's do this. I'm committed to it. You know, I will come in on the meetings, right? Because I'm committed to this happening, right? And I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, and we will do that. We'll definitely, of course, I want the people to know the truth is a lot of these things cannot continue on YouTube, right? It has to be a lot of the adding of flesh to the bones has to be done in a different setting, and then a video can be done somewhere along to give an update. But you can't begin to bring people and have the kind of dialogue like this. So this is like an introduction, and then once, like you said, that once all the pieces are together, once the players are in place, and you have the committee, of course, you have to set up. You know how committees are. What are the expectations? What are the criteria for being a part of this? What is the timeline for services? And you have what you call you have manuals to guide all your processes, so that if there's a chairman, for example, we know that his tenure is 1 year and he cannot get a next year, and he has to sit out. You know how those, and you have those things, and to every step there is a process that everyone clearly understands. Those things can't happen on YouTube. but the people should always get an update as to what is happening behind the
Makes
scenes.
sense.
Yeah.
I think one of the main reasons why we were even in this position in the first place is the transparency, right? There wasn't much transparency in what was taking place, and I think that once we can be a little bit more transparent in whatever we do going forward, it would have been a little bit more easier for the fans, right? Because when they don't know what exactly is taking place, but every time you're looking and there's something bad out there, that is a time that you're seeing information. So once we are getting a regular update and stuff, it's a little bit more understandable for the fans, I think.
So the next meeting, Mr. Chung, would be something that we probably do with like you, when the players from the states all meet together, then we can have a meeting, with you and then probably the coach and Mr. Speed at the technical committee. So you can, and the same thing with Ricardo Gardner working on those in England. And then I think the hardest committee to kind of establish is where now, the people who are not footballers, but they must come together to provide all the
what I say to your Mannings, man, is focus on one committee right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Get the momentum going with it.
Okay.
Right? And you have a core committee, and then you might have other appendages that help you with other things. But focus on one thing, because the truth is that most times movements build because of a core of people. Right? So just focus on that and set regular meetings. Whether it's once a month or once every 2 months. Once a month initially would be good. And you set that, you create your objectives, and you all work towards it. So the next meeting you come, you say, well, these goals that we set last time must have been addressed. Right? And that's how you're going to build it.
Definitely. Yeah, I don't know if any one of the other persons want to chime in, or that there is anything else they want to say. But that is the like I said, people, and this is what I've heard just listening to vlogger, and I can there's no content creator, I call them, that have not spoken about these issues. No platform that has not addressed them. It's just that probably for the first time we have something with a little bit of structure. So it is not mine. This is for the Jamaican football fan. This is for all of us, and all of us are a part of this process. Every single one. So sometimes the conversations are very radical, let me put it that way, and the belt is taken out, and some very strong statement. And I know that even sometimes Mr. Chung will say, you know what, I can't even bother listen to Ryan tonight and cut him off because he understand me. But listen,
Mannings, man. Even if I cut off Ryan, I would never admit to it.
Best tell the Mannings, man, ain't easy at all. But I'm glad everybody is on board, and fans, it's over to you. This is important. I'm calling. I want to see how much of the fans them love Jamaican football, how much they say they want change. I want to see how much they will come together and support the cause. Remember, we are here to support. You understand? And all I want the fans them to do, just go and put on your $10 and your $5. Anything you give to the bank account, we appreciate it because it's going right back to the youths of Jamaica. You understand? One Jamaica will say, I want the fans them to come on board. Just like how me there, I'm a cuss every day. Me have to come out and take it out of my pocket to support the cause. You understand? So I don't want the people them, because every single time we hear about money, the people them run go hide. I hope you guys don't hide. Because we have a need the $5 and $10. Your man just say, if you get $10 US or $5 US or £10, what do you give? You understand? We're going to need it because we're going to try to help toward the process. You understand? Mannings, I'm getting about 93 missed call already. So the fans them want to,
I'm getting so many texts of persons saying that, listen, sign me up, I'm ready to give. Sign me up.
Really?
But we have to work with Mr. Chung and see how the whole accounting stuff and you know if you're a foundation, there are certain in the state certain things you have to do because you have to be properly done. So we're not at the place yet to take anything from anybody. Like I said, we're going to work on one committee and keep you up to date. But it is good. And sometimes, there's a book that I read recently and it spoke about a surfer. And it says what a surfer. See, somebody even here, Ryan, Alpha Maximus Network, right? Well, I think he said earlier about giving $10, but here's what the man says. He says, I think with a surfer that he's on his surf and he looks for the perfect wave. And he says when he sees the perfect wave, he begins to surf. When that wave dies, he comes off his surf and he waits for the next one. And the idea is momentum. And what they say is that you have to move with momentum because you don't know when the next wave is going to come. So there is a momentum now with the coach and what is happening. And so while we don't have anything in place, we're going to try to catch the momentum and try to make sure that in terms of the structuring, everything is in place so that, people can actually start giving to bring a major change in this area. All right?
Yeah, see, Jason Guna said something good, I mean, you guys set up the structure, open an account and link it to the PayPal, the Zelle, Cash App. What we need to do is just make sure we have the proper accountability. So why I like this is that it will show the records of what comes in.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then you can track that and have be like a listed company. Every month, report on your YouTube channel about our financial position and what the expenditure was on. So just report that every month.
Yeah, that makes sense. Military, so like you want to come in. Tennessee, big up for the donation. Really do appreciate it, Bridget. Nothing but love and respect. Always supporting. Owen, big up Mannings, man. Come no, man. You can't take over your show, Bridget.
No, man, just a military. And they said,
no, yeah, go on, man. Tell me when you want to call them. Come here, get a hold. Just tell me when you're ready for them. All right? Go on.
Ready for them? I don't know.
No, sorry. Military, you want to come in before?
Just a small piece, because Ryan touched on it still, but just to reiterate it, the importance of the. All right, so them all let us say the YouTubers them in the space, what importance them having in this space, what the purpose them having in this space, and how them can really help with JFF, because we tend to talk a lot, make be nice, yeah. Well, Ryan make nice. Rest we talk. But them claim to say we make be nice and just run off a motor and go on the bag of things. No, we have now come up with an initiative, and this initiative has basically Mannings man, and he put it forward. The initiative put forward now, so it's now documented that there is a big initiative re Jamaican football, a collective initiative re Jamaican football that's now rested on the shoulders of fan base. So we as fans, despite we do a YouTube channel, we are still fans. It is now down to us to show the love we have and how we really need to support. Because something that I realized with, especially the YouTube space, management man in Jamaica, we can see it yourself. There's a lot of action on YouTube. There's a lot of talking on YouTube. But when in regards to the real world, you don't see that same reaction. You don't see that same causation of everything that we have been discussed on the YouTube space. I can remember, we're not going to bring that up. Something was supposed to happen at the National Stadium, but at the end of the day, we need to see now where the fans are into this, and it's not a 1 month thing, and boy, me jump on board to it and then forget about it after a while. Because what I realized that the YouTube space is basically It's like when Reggae Boyz in play, that is when everybody is active. And once the Reggae Boyz out of play, the whole everything is now gone.
Not quiet.
So it's gone to the place quiet again. So we want to keep this going, and we want the fans to really, really be dedicated to this. I mean, extremely dedicated to this aspect. And the reason for that is when the fans are on board with anything, that is the only way it can move forward. If the fans are pushing their 100%, that's the only way it can move forward. That is the reason we all started our YouTube channel. We all started midnight and night time, morning time, whatever time idea. If we want pin drop in our JFF, we have show stone up there. If somebody talk too soft, we have show stone up there. If somebody talk too loud, we have show stone up there. So the reason for that is we don't hate anyone in the JFF. We don't dislike anyone in the JFF. We don't want the good for the JFF. It's just all the pure love we have in seeing our football moving forward. No, so it's important that we take this as just as though we get up a morning time and turn on. We get up a morning time, look at Mr. Ryan video or a Manning's Man video and watch it, our Coach's X video. It becomes slightly a bit like our day-to-day activity. I want this aspect to continue. So if it's a monthly thing that you can do, I would love for it to be in that sense. And even us, I want it to be an account where even us can, as a Jamaica, we can pay it because certain things are really used in a certain region. Because I would want to participate in it as well. But I want it to be a regular thing and not just when the Reggae Boyz are playing, everybody are come around. No, Reggae Boyz now play.
Yeah.
Yes, they're looking at the account, not now move forward, just flat because Reggae Boyz now play, so nobody no business about it again. So this can be a bit of connectivity of us going forward and a more closer bond between the fans, the players, the JFF moving forward. So that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, guys, listen, I'm gonna have to jump off because I told the referees I'd talk to them, and they have a meeting that ending soon. So the referees want to have a word with me.
Okay.
All right, but respect for all of this, guys. I mean, I really appreciate it. Enough love.
Yeah, man.
Really appreciate this. The next project we have, Manning's Man, is to see if we can get Ryan back on the Jamaica team. That will be a major project. I don't know if that one possible. But
no, man, retire, man. Retire.
Fresh already, you know.
What are you talking about? Special Olympics?
Yeah, Special Olympics.
Retire early, man. Retire. Yeah, retire.
Man, you can't send me name forward. You can't send me name forward. I'm going to the first score list in the Premier League, you know, man. You can't send me name forward.
Special Olympics training start next week. I'm seeing the coach. So no good.
Finally, it's going to work for Unseen.
Yeah. All right,
guys.
Man, say ready now. Go ahead now. Carla, introduce yourself to the panel.
Yes, Manning's Man, Prince, Military, and Mr. Chung. Bless up on yourself. Well, good thing I do, Manning's Man. I don't know if you is the same person I met a couple years ago in Jamaica when you was in so you know what you were one at the time?
Yeah, man.
Manning's Man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely.
All right. I'm not telling you who, that's you can remember who now. You remember the guy where you used to support the Black Star team when we used to support them, fund them with food and jersey and boots? When Black Star was in the commission, when Dr. Williams and Clive was there and he used to come to the match that time, he was drive. I think it was a silver car he used to drive at that time.
No, man. It wasn't me. When Black Star in the league, I wasn't in Jamaica them time then.
Okay, well, I know you then. All right, may I take it for the wrong person. All right, then, no worries. But it's good thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
Good thing you come up with. I like everything that you say, but I do want me have something to ask Mr. Cho, but I leave that for next time. But Prince, I love your research and that you do. I send some of the research to Ryan, but it's like you know, but I love where you do, Prince. He used to do with that coach, and thanks for that. Yeah, man, big up. And so, yeah, man, Guna man, well, thank you for me can get to see the football games them and so forth. And me also the other day where which league JDF playing into, but you did tell me Major League, so thanks for that too. And so what I'm saying to you now Mannings man, the thing is, I just was talking about the players them from England. When Mason Greenwood was 13, I come Jamaica and I tell Downswell about Mason Greenwood, you know. And I make him even talk to the parents, you know. But at the time, Jamaica was supposed to have an under 15 program. And then if under 15 program scrap, and then everything go get away like that from that day. But they have to come forward, cut out this overseas player and so forth, because Ryan doing not a good job, a great job for the man in my friend, because Ryan is a man who stand up for them every night. When I listen to Ryan stand up, say those things we cut out with both local and overseas player and all and those sort of foolishness. So we have to, those things have to stop. And without to stop, only for the man them now go and come in because it's pure. Because there you get to understand, say somewhere where out there last incident will take place where some World Cup qualifying matches, Jamaica, local player and the foreign man them, you know. I don't know if Ryan know about it. I don't know if military man know about it. Are you other guys?
Now the same issue we talk about the other day. Is it that you're talking about, Soji?
I don't know if you talk about it, you know, my brother. When some site you can go I wouldn't come out here, you know, so I don't know.
Yeah. We talk about that the other day, man. We talk about that. But Soji, are you up for support this cause? Because we are going to need your support. You know? You still have the contact with Mason Greenwood family?
Repeat? You
still have the connection with Mason Greenwood family?
Yeah, man. I don't see him for the past couple of weeks still, but we can show the father still. Because I have father number, so we can call the father.
All right, so here more you do. No. I'm going to connect with you and Mannings, man, for that. All right? So is it okay to give Mannings man a number?
Yeah, you can give Mannings man a number.
Okay, so I make your Mannings man connect for that thing there. You still go all of the Man United game them?
Me not stop. Me not case you every match, man. Right, and this guy near Ryan too. Yeah, man. Me not stop.
Okay. So we are gonna need you. We are gonna need me. I go connect with you and Mannings man, and you get that Mason Greenwood family thing there for you, yeah?
Yeah, man. You have quite a few more other person up here too.
No, man. No, you talk to Mannings man. Talk to Mannings man behind the scene with that for me. I just want you talk to Mannings man for me. Plan that for me. All right?
Yeah, man.
All right.
So good military go now.
Bless up, yeah, me here.
Yeah, so JDF now, you said them a play Major League.
Kasafa Major League. I'm supposed to go stream the games them as well. Me chat to them, but it depends on what them I don't know. So yeah, man, and also the
who are the OC we control the football in Nigeria?
I don't know, you know, I don't know what can. Remember, me left the army in the army now, me cut man. So me really know who are structure.
Okay,
I Shango there on it. Me
who?
Shango, me know if you know the coach in Shango, man.
No, me know them. Well, me virgin get Colonel Leader there, so me can't find out from him still.
Hey, call our military. We are going to leave the JDF conversation. All right,
Carla, we catch up on you. We get a whole heap of other call, all right?
The man is man. I'm on stream at our JDF business. I bring JDF name in this
man, you connect with that brother with the Mason Greenwood thing in the car. We need him. Even if we have conversation with the family. But Mannings, can I take some more call?
Yeah, man.
All right. So, Carla, good evening. Welcome to the show. Live and here with Mannings, Military Guna, and Prince.
Yeah, man. Evening, panelists. Welcome, boss. Evening, Mannings, man. Prince, Military. Yeah, man. But they are taking the show, brother. It's a good presentation by Mannings, man, right?
Yeah,
but you want to ask Mr. Chung, in terms of how innovative are the personnel in the JFF, because it seems as if, most of the good ideas, we know the fans have good ideas, but it just happen now, so the JFF seem like them have any good ideas apart from the coaching thing when Mr. Speed come the other day in terms of trying to make the coaching qualification better. I think that's a good move. Even though it probably should have happened a long time, right? So that's what Manning's man do to them, man. Is a good presentation, man, and I like to see what take place, right? And but you want see it seems as if the JFF, I don't know if they have any issue in terms of connecting with people from the diaspora, because it always seems like many of these initiatives which like past people want to help, past players want to help, other people in the diaspora want to help. It seems like sometimes I'm the last person for no one. So I think they need to make them present more, especially upon the social media. That what you want to tell Mr. Chung, but him not there, so I guess it's a different day.
Listen,
right?
All right, here what gonna happen. I will try to get back. The president have some problem to connect with this thing that's why I'm never there. So probably over the weekend we'll probably try to get back the two of them to talk about some of these stuff. All right.
Yeah, one I think I want to ask Mannings, man, with the suggestion I'm making in terms of getting players capped before them reach a certain age. We don't need to wait until them get too old. My face say we need to get them at a young age, right?
Yeah, man, that's what I said. Remember the coach said if you get the player to play early, England generally call them.
Which is true, because I get them early before anybody I look on them. So I really feel say we're scouting overseas. But my thing with it, man, that means that we may be getting some players in the team that may not be up to par for the team, but we also want to cap them. And we talk about how we want the players to feel. We don't want them feel like we don't care for them. We want to show them, so we appreciate them. So my thing though, is that if we're gonna
remember I said that. I don't know if you heard this part still, and where we said once a person play for the national team, win, lose or draw, they play in a tournament, for example, you give them a team picture.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. So you can give them a actual physical picture, or you can give them something electronically, so that way they can print it. So they have something that reminds them that at this time or this age I represented the Jamaica national team. Because the truth is, a player now at 17 may make it under 17, but he may never get good enough to make your senior team.
Yeah, and the point over there go off. I guess you kind of say a lot there, because media. So what we not really want to do is that just get in a player for one match, cap him, then we get in a next player, cap him, get in a next player. Then the other player then we may go to the fourth player, and he may see it as a negative way in terms of them just want to cap me, them not really interested in my long term. So but what you're saying in terms of the picture, I think it's a good idea. And in terms of like we say the
concept where say boy, after you cap 2 player, 3 player, them all feel like say boy, you just get them to cap them. Now, if you look on this, the model what England use, it's basically the same thing, the same model England use, cap them in the event one of them break away, you have him. Not all players, because necessarily them turn star. So if you cap 10 players at the under 17 level, you cap 10 of them, right? And when you find out by the time in turn 19, he might play for Manchester United, he might play for Manchester City or Liverpool, and in turn this big star. He will still have in mind the aspect that he represented the Reggae Boyz. So we go and call in at that point in time, say we have a showing. We already have a showing. So it almost means that if we cap 10.
Yeah, man, that's good. And our behalf, military, as we may say. Good, so we cap them. But me just say, I just hope, probably them not have it in a.
Yeah, but remember,
probably look a way, as in.
Can remember, I said, I also said one of the part of it, sorry, sorry to cut you, is that
Yeah, man.
you could actually have a camp, say that you have 30 players. You could have a camp, and just let them play against Wales or in a game. You understand me? In a game over there, you also have that option. So because the truth is, the earlier a player can identify with the nation, it is the easier it is for
Better
him
for
to
him.
make a decision when he's older, and that is what you
Yeah.
want.
All right,
Yeah, man,
Carla,
that's true.
we're gonna run left here. We're gonna run left here.
Yeah, man,
We're gonna
I
run left
realize
here.
that
I'll keep
people
it
are
short. Yeah. I'll keep it short, people.
bless up yourself.
Yeah, people, I'll try to keep it short. Too much call. But yeah, Mike, big up yourself for the donation. Really appreciate it. Glad you enjoyed the show and the presentation and stuff. Yeah, go ahead, Mannings.
Yeah, man, that's what I was saying, Ryan, because it's kind of twofold, because you can't approach these things one way, because here's the truth. Not every player, there are many players. Today we were just calculating in Premier League, we thought there were 25, in first teams in Premier League. There are so many players. You don't go to their academies of the Premier League teams yet. You don't go to, so when you check it out, not every player is going to matriculate to your senior team. Not everyone who play under 17 going to play under 20. But what you want to make sure is that any player who matriculate, you can get them. The thing is that we are trying, yes, no matter what system you put in place, you are going to lose some top players. You understand me? Ghana still a loose player, don't have a good system. France still a loose player. Brazil still a loose player. But the problem is that we are losing too many players. And we want to start reducing that amount as we progress. But no matter what system you have in place, somebody are going to slip through the cracks. What we don't want is that there's a big door wide open for them to walk through. I think Prince was going to say something.
So, yeah, man. I just wanted to further your point, because I absolutely agree, right? We know that there's a lot of players in the Premier League, and obviously we can't cap everybody. But what Manningsman was saying is that some times we see some players with some really bright potential, and we feel we capture those players, right? So when we are talking about capping, we have many players, but at the end of the day, we have to filter it to the brightest set of potentials. You get me? I say so. We have to try and cap those potential, hoping that in the long run they will come good. And as Manningsman say, even when you filter it and stuff, players will still go through the gap. That is something that we can't stop, right?
Yeah.
But whenever we see some easy, obvious choice, then we should always try our best to capture it. And that are the thing where kind of
England the two. Some will get away. Some will get away and think. But
Yes.
good evening, Carla. Welcome to the show, Danny J.
Yeah, man. Greetings to the world. And the
Greetings.
panel. Big things are going on. Yeah, man. I like it.
You like it?
Anyway, now. Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Good initiative. I like how it's on and thing. But the part now where you need JFF to be, where I say now, transparent and open to the fans. Let's see. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
A man names me I talk to now, The man names.
we don't. That is just what we're gonna do. More than listen, all you have to do, is put the mechanism in place. The idea is not all right. You know that the Reggae Girls Foundation, they deal with a lot of money, but none of that money goes into the JFF per se. But they cannot operate and be called the Reggae Girls Foundation without affiliation to the JFF. So what we are saying is that there would be an intermediary body like that deals with the resources, so that nobody can say the JFF used the money. But we know that you cannot say you're doing that and don't be connected to the JFF. That is why you notice that there is the committee and it is the finance, which is Chung over this side and speech. It is not like the money, the account is called the Jamaica Football Federation bank account. It is called what, like Ryan said, the Reggae Boyz Foundation or the
Foundation.
yeah. So that is where the money goes to. It doesn't go to the JFF per se, but you can't do it. You're not going to deal with the JFF if you don't have nothing to do with the JFF.
Yeah. Just extending on what Manning's man was saying is that, there's actually a rule, So if we are gonna form a Reggae Boyz foundation, it can be independent and apart from JFF, right? It can be an independent branch, but it can be independent and apart because there's a FIFA ruling and such, So there are certain things that JFF would have to do. Right. So for example, like if we put on a camp and so we can't really pay the people independently, right? we'd have to send the funds to JFF and they would have to pay the persons independently. And we can bring up one example. You remember the last case of Cinella and the training camp? You remember when Cinella she wanted to pay the persons, but she couldn't. And they were explaining that if Cinella had paid the person straight out of her foundation, then JFF would have been open to a man, a military man.
You know that. So you have to have a member, like even on the Reggae Girls Foundation, there's a member of the JFF who have to sit on the board. But they don't make the decision concerning the board per se. But it is just a FIFA thing because remember, you cannot just you cannot just give, for example, you cannot just give money to you cannot just get up and like pay per diem like that, Because remember, some of these things even FIFA finance. So in their audited statements to FIFA, some of these things are going to show up and they have to give an account. So though, like Prince is right, that they operate independently, you are not independent of the JFF.
Right. Yeah.
So you get a full understanding, Danny Jet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here it is now. Part 2. I had a good day today, right? Until I was listening the 6:45 sports news and Hits FM. Right? Now this field topic come up again. That's why I really wonder where the foundation could have do about the field. All right, Ryan, you're a part of this. May I bring up Prince and military? You hear that?
Big up.
Military there.
Yeah, man, Demo there too. Demo J there too.
Demo.
Big up yourself, Danny J.
Demo, me I go look on Demo good. Yeah, man.
No, me know you from Sports Explosion. Know yourself.
All right, me G. All right, hear this now. Listen to the news and the field thing come up again, right? No. Like how Manning's man start the presentation by giving us a little rundown of France and saying our thing is not like France and it's not like England, right? And it's not similar to these countries, right? All right. Now, may I say, we have a field problem in Jamaica, right? And all right, Ryan, you play football at Jamaica. You ever know a real football field in Jamaica yet?
Real football field, just football field.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Like where they are England and them place.
Me never got England yet, but me see real football field in Canada and me see it at Jamaica.
Ryan, I just tell Danny Jade say he have to be a little bit more detailed because the field of a stadium is actually a real football field. The field where they are it a real football field.
Grass, the turf type of grass.
Manning,
plastic field like stadium.
Listen, man, Danny Jed, I went to Dintil Technical High School. Fabulous field. In 2013. Fabulous, man. One of the best pitch. Sporting Central, and then till I play under 21 and Sporting Central side of the fish when the Sporting Central, the brother that what's his name again, and him died. Murray. Brandon Murray. So I've been to them two fields. I'm playing at the National Stadium Manning Cup semi-final. I play at Arnett Garden. So you have some good feeling in Jamaica, although you have some bad feeling in Jamaica. You understand? So them four feeling, fantastic. I can't.
A juicy beef did have a good feel.
Yeah.
So alright, you feel them feel good enough to play a Gold Cup.
No, just hold on, Danny Jet, but remember, you have to understand.
I just ask you a question.
No, it could play a Gold Cup, but Gold Cup not playing at Jamaica. In the National Stadium, Gold Cup playing at National Stadium, and we talk about Gold Cup. You never remember
Gold
Cup?
Them not go.
Okay, so it playing at Jamaica. It play.
Yeah, I World Cup qualifier too.
You don't think a Gold Cup match can play over Arnett Garden?
No.
Come on, man. Come on. Of course. You don't think so?
Under 20 can play over there.
Okay.
But what so when me see the other picture them evening at Caribbean Virgin, them look better than Jamaica over.
Yeah.
Really?
All right.
Huh?
Ryan.
Really?
Yeah, no,
let me say this. I just had the people from Trinidad, and they said that they don't. In fact, they said that their fields are so bad that their home game they are going to play it away in the Nations League. I just had them on my program last night. They said it on my program last night, and I'm going to have the general second on Sunday. They said that their field is so bad in Trinidad they didn't want to play the game in Tobago because the fees are bad that they're going to end up playing their home game in Nicaragua.
So they make Jack Warner work on to the waist then.
You don't know about that, but you just said the Trinidad feel good. That me I talk about.
I'm just watch the Trinidad national. Danny Jed, what I know? Danny Jed, I just watch the Trinidad national team earlier today. I just watch them training session preparing for Jamaica. And may I tell you, and it feel way better than that. Way better than that. And when you're looking at the stadium, you can see it's a good stadium, but the pitch is really in terrible condition. You understand? Yeah.
Yeah. So that means them.
Danny Jed, make
it watch out.
You got 10 minutes.
Yeah. The feel them run down. Yeah, what? The feel them run down since Jack Warner left the work. And that happened.
Okay.
Them used to have some good feel, a portion of them. And them thing get corrupt and thing. But anyway, the point where I make is that now me say Mr. Chung and the news and him now I go compare about Jamaica club and say them response for the field and all these things. Like manual response to them field. Listen what I say.
Danny Jed, me I have to go catch up back on the topic here because some of the club them in Jamaica need to do better with them facility. I am just watching.
Yeah, but any good feel, you know what I say? Any good feel in Jamaica. Wait, no, let me just say what I say, man.
Just watch Harbourview. Poor mentality from Harbourview Football Club. Watching big Harbourview today. Somebody called me, let me say Zeminese, and me I watch Harbourview today at chain. Yeah? And the picture and the Harbourview, brother. Big club at Harbourview. We can't even minute to blame the
then that man show you. Wait now, Ryan.
It come back down to
Ryan, listen to me. Ryan, you talk but you not listen.
Okay.
What I know, any good feeling in Jamaica, either connected to the government or me no know no more. Cavaliers a big club, me no know him feel.
Stadium is.
Harbourview may have a thing. But you see them now make enough money to upkeep them proper field, Ryan.
No, I disagree with you on that. That's why I tell you, say, we'll call you back one other night and talk about this car. We have to go run leave, you know, Danny J.
Dima has been on.
Yeah,
man. Big
not wrong. Yeah, we'll catch up back on it.
Yeah.
Ah,
Pepper sauce.
Yeah.
Pepper sauce.
Go on, Demo J.
Yeah, man. First of all, big up. Literally, I forget to me call for ask about, but military, everybody, everybody on the panel, big up on yourself, big up everybody in the comment section. Oh yeah. So Mannings man, like, I truly appreciate the stuff and the work that you guys are doing, Ryan. All out, no, like, me have to have like 4 different phone for watch everybody one time because it don't have a whole heap of space, but I support everything, zine. So I appreciate it, and this presentation was so awesome tonight. I know the super chat kind of sound kind of negative in terms of me say, me no want just see a bag of, or hear a bag of talking, but no action. Zine. But one of the things for me is, and you know, Mannings man and Ryan, yo, me's a cricket man, and and the same thing I'm realize say the West Indies go on with in terms of media is it was kind of similar to when we see the JFF and Jamaica go on with in terms of media. Zine. So they improve, but I still think that they're crappy. So I'm saying, Mannings man, I don't think like something like this I could just blow up and like military I say, like after Jamaica stop play, like people now go really dip on it like that. So I believe like a social media kind of thing for out there, that everybody I got. I don't think JFF are gonna have this on them Instagram, like something like this, right? We call
Demo,
it JFF.
Demo.
Yeah.
No say that yet, car. I am.
Wait, no, so make my point, no, boss. Make my point. I am getting there. So I am saying.
Okay, go ahead. Come and chat too much.
I am.
Give me more time.
I am saying social media for catch the younger generation and people. I mean, we know the diaspora are gonna have older generation and stuff we're gonna put towards and stuff. But for capture everybody and incorporate the younger generation, I think like something like this, we need like a social media. I don't know if it's a committee or a team or whatever, because I don't think JFF are gonna just put up this and say, oh, support the JFF supporter club. Where put funds in at this and want to support or whatever. So I believe that as part of helping this to grow, social media can play a major part in it as well. I'm gonna think that the JFF was supposed to allow for do it, if you understand. I think we're really slacking when it comes into media. Like I say, we improve because I see them put up on them Instagram and them put out stuff and things, team news and all of them something big. But something like this specifically, if it grow and benefit everybody, diaspora reach all across the world, not just USA and UK, the social media thing would have play a big part. So man, I'm gonna know what you think. That was my question in terms of social media outreach and if you have nothing in place for that.
I think like remember this is just like day 4, and and so the first thing is to get like the easier thing to have done was to get the past players. Like I said, that we have 15 or so already in the states that are going to come together to meet with them and to at least say this is the committee, this is the head of the committee, these are the persons who will be looking at talent in the state. Same thing in England. And then the next part now would be to get like the whole finance stuff set up so when things can happen. You're right. Yeah. But I think unless you have a committee, I hear Mr. Chung said he would love to do like an official launch, which would then put it in all of those spaces to push and promote it. I think that is how it have to work. Yeah.
But man, I know you say Mr. Chung, but me I say me don't want them to run it because even though I think the JFF improve.
No man, what man is say? Okay.
Committee over here, you'd have somebody in marketing who would be responsible. Social media.
Okay, that's what I that's what I
So we would have to find somebody in from even somebody local who wants to be a part of it, who will be willing, right, to just
but and may I talk like we get creative, like we can use one of our artists them who love football, like I do who would play ball, or somebody just who have a big following for push them kind of. So you must know somebody who love Jamaica like that.
Governor man, who can get governor and boom boom and all of them for jump on it.
Yeah, that kind of thing. They who have a large social media space to make the thing reach more. That's all. But me just never want to see the same whoever run JFF Instagram accounts. Me don't want somebody like that promote something like this. If you understand.
That is true.
No, man, it wouldn't be because remember, you know, when I look upon the objective of what the Reggae Boyz Foundation want to do is that they are an independent branch of JFF. You understand? So you see everything what them do, it's independent to JFF, but it's also in collaboration with JFF. If you understand.
Yeah, man, understand.
Right? So so the Reggae Boyz, the Reggae Boyz committee, it would have there wouldn't be anybody from JFF really playing a major role within the actual organization itself. While they might have like one person on the technical community on the technical committee, that's pretty much it. But all the other persons that make up the organization, they are just independent under the Reggae Boyz fan club.
All right, cool. Big up on yourself again. Great work again, guys. Big up on yourself. Thanks, Ryan. Big up.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
man.
your
Big
donation.
team, huh?
Yeah, man.
Do a job for me Sunday here, sir. Me have a little thing put down for you, so make sure you do it.
Yo, look more.
I walk on Sunday morning, man.
Ryan and Demo though. Right, Ryan.
And Newcastle want to do a job for me tomorrow.
Listen, I'm Man United, them not beat Liverpool. So would you do a job against Bournemouth? Newcastle will take points from City in the early morning. So you have to lick down Bournemouth on Sunday. Me take care of Man United food. You understand?
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So me I go do it for you. But Carla, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Good evening. So my first point is a question is in the United States. I wanted to know if y'all know what is the 3 biggest diaspora in the United States for Jamaica. And the second question is why are we not truly targeting those 3 diasporas in the United States?
I think you crack up a while ago when I hear you full 100. Repeat what you just said.
Okay, so my first question is, do y'all know the 3 biggest diasporas for Jamaica in the United States, and how come we not targeting those 3 areas 100%? Because one of those areas is where I'm currently at, and we do have a girl in the Jamaica national I think she's the national team, the senior team now. She plays at Ohio State. I think it's McNamara, and she come from one of the areas, but we're not truly targeting all 3 of those areas 100%.
All right, let me see if I can. Let me just say this. First thing, when it comes down to the female team, one thing, our entire female team is made up of girls who play either in England predominantly or in the United States. On the female side, the head coach is over there, big coach. We don't have a problem, personally, I think, with recruiting players from under 17, under 20, because we know the United States is the top female nation in the world, so they'll always have. And we get players from everywhere in the United States who are Jamaicans to play. So that I don't have an issue. I think when it comes on to which 3 areas are the largest, I think you talk about you can go Florida, New York, New Jersey. All right. I mean, there are other places. The entire Florida. You go to Miami, you go to Fort Lauderdale, all of those places, right? Florida, Miami.
Well,
New York.
Well, if I can say, I would say like you're correct. I would say like that whole area, like what you were calling the United States, the New York metropolitan, Connecticut, New Jersey, and then the area where I'm from, the DMV, which is DC, Maryland, and Virginia, and then the whole down south,
Atlanta as well.
Yeah. So I was saying, like for the men's side, we need to start, targeting those areas a lot more.
Here's the thing, though. On the male side of football, I think we have more quality in England than in those areas in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, though you may find some in those areas, the biggest pool will come from the United Kingdom on the male side, but on the female side, we're going to tap into those areas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then my next question is, Prince, what I want?
Oh, go on. I just wonder how you come on the show and you know big way.
You're talking a patois when you talk to the rest of you talking.
Well, I don't
thing.
Kala. You're struggling to hear the man. Kala, talk na patois, man.
It kick in and kick out, so
kick out. You want no break,
Anyway, Carla, go ahead, man. Talk in a patois, Carla.
Man, so next thing, I want to know how when that time for start participate for help the I hear feedback.
No man, you're good man, right? Me not hear the feedback.
But yeah, so when the time for participate, for give money on things, I want to know how that's gonna go, cause that's something me would be interested in helping. Not doing.
All right, Carla. I'm gonna put you on to monies, man, when you're ready. When they line up the bank account.
Hey, careful with the put out to.
Yeah, Carla.
Easy at all.
I want bless up on yourself and
Malik. How long you living?
Yeah.
How long you living in the States?
I'm born here.
Oh,
you're born in the States. Okay. Have you ever been to Jamaica?
Yeah, man.
Regular. If they every year like you live down here.
So when you're at Jamaica, how you talk?
You're talking about patois.
So some of the one who are from here, device. Every year, like a Jamaica, live, man.
Carla, appreciate it. Big up yourself, Carla. Yeah, man.
All right, bless up.
Yeah. Yo, I tell you, star. Him there in the Reggae Boyz group, no, Prince.
Oh yeah, man.
Him there in the Reggae Boyz group, man.
Reggae Boyz group, man. So that's why I may trouble him. Say I just one day I'm left Jamaica, cause him there Jamaica more than him there US. So.
Oh.
I'm a Jamaican, I'm an American, even though I'm born over there.
Yeah, man.
So I mean, like I said, people, we have to be patient and make sure, because you want to make sure that things are done properly. You don't want to hurry up and do it, and then you make mistake and people start distrusting and all of that. So it is going to happen. It will take time. Like I said, the first thing I think all of us would want to see is that imagine one of these forums, you see the 15 reggae boys from in the States just on and talking about what they're doing. The next time you see the ones from England. I think once you start seeing that, people will, see things beginning to take on flesh. Yeah. You get on the other part of the support in terms of the systems. Because there are many persons who, like I said, it's just to get it structured, because there are persons who have been doing some of this. You have like people like Ian Campbell, who has shared his expertise in terms of documentation. You have like the Devon Porter, because you don't want to exclude people. You just want to put structure to what is happening, so that we don't have Ryan a call somebody and me a call somebody and military a call somebody and him say, hold on, which one on the work with the JFF and none. You understand me? We want to make sure that everything is structured and streamlined, so the people know that you can call this number, bam.
Yeah, because it can be chaotic at sometimes when you have 4 or 5 different people at the stuff, rather than when you have one thing, because when you have one person taking on a role, it's just one voice. Everybody are singing the same tune, rather
Yeah, man,
than you having 4 or 5 persons about the place scrambling, trying to get everything together.
Yeah, it's, as I said, it's important that we have a representative per department or per category. So as what Prince said, so as I said, there's one voice that represents every time a particular something pop up, and then one person will deal with that particular thing. Versus yeah. So, but you can also have, what me like is what I think is smart is also if you have a body of people, you appoint maybe me just military fool, isn't it? But appoint a bit of ranking structure like you have the senior person, then you have a junior person in the event. Just to say, in the event you want somebody to do a representation. So, for example, management of the spokesman, I would say you are going management and you represent everything. Something's happening at the JFF, and you are the person who represents everything. But at that point in time, management is unavailable, but management knows that Prince is competent enough. He's always working with Prince, and Prince know all the ins and outs of what specific you are do, so him can take it up in line and say, okay, Prince, I won't be here, so, but you know all the information, this and that, and rate it. So if somebody even asks a question that management did say this, Prince would have already known, because that discussion would have already been had between both him and Prince will represent. So at least one person to second that person. We don't need 3, 4, 5 people. But most definitely, the main voice will be the main person. So the main voice is all going to be that person. And if that person main person won't be present, he can call and say, okay, I won't be present, but this person is representing me.
Yeah. Carla, good evening. Welcome to the show. Go ahead, Carla.
Yeah, man. Manners and respect. Good night to all panelists,
Good night.
Yeah, man. Me what me have to say, me is a man. Me in a Reggae Boyz group. What's up? You see me? But me talk pertaining to the field.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? The fields, I have to get in touch when the daddy with the field vibes. Now, pertaining to Jacksal, I always say, if the standard of the football have to maintain, right? You can't have Jacksal as a footballing venue and you have other events take place on the field out there. That I got erode the field, it I got deteriorate the field, because remember, the venues do not have personnels roll back the field, water ensures the field, water ensures etc. where you'd have say proper grooming, right?
Mm-hmm.
And things that me see happen all the while, under 16, under 15, and then remember, the whole field is just beside it. Why not keep certain events like track and field and under 15, under 16, and them the field? You understand? During the preliminary rounds, them, and as soon as you say, boy, the schools then gradually come out of them group and go further, you can keep like the semi-final or whatever, right? Perfect example. I remember in our year, the under 16 tournament I keep out there. Rain, fall. Players them trample the field, and the following Sunday was a Premier League clash. How you expect the quality of the football go be tip-top when the field already get eroded and dig up from like the Wednesday, and football at the Sunday? Big Premier League clash the Sunday. The standard are going to drop off. You understand? So until I think each parish FA or the JFF can implement something to say that, certain aspects of the schoolboy football, if you have an alternative venue other than the Premier League's venue, we are going to play the schoolboy football them. That's so, and leave the Premier League venues alone. I think it would have go a far way if we conserve the field them, so we can get better quality out of our local Premier League. That's my opinion, that. And something I kind of observe and I say, boy, I not see the sense.
Yeah, I think what he's saying because I mean, I can just answer the Jacksal thing, because it's true, Ryan, because watch this. Every sport day, like most of the primary and prep schools, primary schools have their sports day on the Jacksal field.
Exactly.
On the main field, right? Which is the issue, because the field is not owned by Mount Pleasant. All right, so Mount Pleasant is trying to move to their own field. The field is really owned by the the municipal.
Mhm.
It is leased from the municipal by the Centre FA, who lease it to Mount Pleasant. So Mount Pleasant basically rent the field. So if you're renting it, you can't tell the landlord who to rent him field to. What I can say to him is that when you go and get the field, you'd like this on the field, which is the problem, because so they don't have any home game this week, and they didn't have any because they have to almost give the field time to get back. But like the caller says, there's no roller. So all of them spikes and them thing there, I don't know. I just think like, you know,
I feel like I want to.
But I mean, I tell you, there's a but let me leave it.
I feel like I want to take a jab at it, right? Because
before you go, Prince, just a second, Prince. So people, I just pinned Manning's Man YouTube channel looking at the comment section. So people, if you haven't subscribed to Manning's Man, I Am Sure Sports, I need you guys to click on this, because sometime Manning's Man do video about the Reggae Boyz supporters thing. So I need you guys to go over there and get the update. Every now and then it will ship over here. So make sure you.
Our time now, Ryan, we have 9:28, right? And you pin that talk. You see, all right. You see, from 9:28, I'll check how much subscribers to see if anybody come over. So tomorrow, you can tell them about it.
Okay, so people, you hear that?
You take out the belt.
All right, people, hit the link and subscribe to I Am Sure Sports. All right, that's the link. Those who don't subscribe are there. Jackson, I have never seen you over there. Top Striker, I have never seen you over there. Grant, I have never seen you over there.
Isn't Top Striker TikTok?
I don't know.
No.
Oh, is that a different person?
I am
sure.
No, man. Top Striker talk. TikTok talk different, you know, man. When TikTok talking, you know say TikTok, you know.
Yeah, I that just say the way TikTok talk, you know say TikTok.
Same way.
No, man. No, man. TikTok different, man. TikTok have a unique. Hey, you get the TikTok have a similar like an opposition type of talk.
Yeah.
You know what the reason I go on, him have something opposite to it. And him bring across some reason as well, but TikTok different, man. TikTok special.
Yeah, man. But listen, thanks, Ryan. I mean, really appreciate the opportunity to come and share this. Thanks to everyone as well that participated. And for those people who are here, remember I'm saying to you, by next week, at least the committee of players, this is the player side, probably will be up and running, and we'll do something. Of course, like I said, we want to make sure that we let them talk to people in the hierarchy at the JFF, and then we let them come public and talk. And then by the end of next week, now we'll have the next group of players from England, like 15 of them as well. So each will have like 15. And from there, we just take it one day at a time. You understand me? Like Mr. Chung said, you have one good, you get those committee on the football side, and then you start set up on the other. But we want to get everybody involved. But again, thanks to everyone. Prince, military.
Yeah.
Although never beaten for you tomorrow, with your team of the week, but you don't know, bless up yourself.
Me also get beat, man.
Ryan,
yeah, man. Enough respect, man, and thanks for forward. Thanks for forward, man. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah,
but
man.
Yeah, Prince, you were going to make a point about the pitch, because the caller still is online. So
yeah, man. Because this is an issue where always come up. So I just want pretty much to educate the people how it exactly work. All right. So you see, JFF can't dictate to anybody what them for do to them feel or who them friend them feel to. You see me, JFF can't dictate to nobody. You see me, the only feel JFF on are the one up at the Captain
Horace Burrell Center.
Yeah, the Captain Horace Burrell Center. That are the only feel them can dictate about. But here all JFF come in, right? You see, JFF, them regulate the football in the country. So the only thing JFF can say is that at the JPL level, this is the required field where you have to play upon. This is the required facility where you have to play upon. That are the only thing, the standard. You get me I say? So for the people where they are catching all Jacksal, them can do whatever them want to do. But at the end of the day, if the field is not up to this standard, Mount Pleasant can't take the field. That are the only thing JFF can do. But otherwise, them can't dictate to nobody, say you can't keep event or so because they don't own the field. So that are the only thing them can
No,
do.
me
Them only can
understand.
set the standard.
I understand that aspect of it, but what me I try to say is that when we are dealing with the whole standard, because it's the standard of the local baseball that them we want to try move from point A and get it to a next level. You understand? So that's why I may say it in a case, I think the footballing body must can come out and say, boy, all right, we need the country to move forward in terms of getting football to the different level, because the whole bantering overseas and who are not Jamaican from who are not Jamaican foolishness, and who if you know this have a certain link with Kasafa, Ray, the whole 9 yard. We know about the whole thing. You understand? What me I just said, the FA must can come up or implement something, just like what you said earlier. Say, boy, if you don't meet the requirement standards, then no football can go on. Because why bash the local Premier League, which is the next level to your national program, when whosoever have the home grounds them, I do all manner of things because they want an extra dollar in them pocket, and at the end of the day, it a hamper with national program. You understand? Me not see the sense in that.
Me can't say something, Carla.
You understand what I say?
Military say something to Carla.
Yeah.
Right,
All right, so me understand what I say 100%. But the point is that you are coming from a sense of a fan who is thinking about the development of the Jamaican football, and also the inclusion of the quality what they want to see on TV when you're viewing the game. No, the problem is this now. You have something called club owners. So these are the guys, and facility owners. So these are the guys who own the particular facilities. So them own Jacksal. You have the clubs them who own it, them own it. It is there. It is theirs. Now, as Prince said earlier, the JFF can mandate a particular standard of field, which is the CONCACAF standard. So one pitch in Jamaica right now is the CONCACAF standard, and that's actually Sabina Park. They're the only pitch who's at the CONCACAF standard. If you guys remember, when the CONCACAF Club Championship was going on, that game was played between Waterhouse and the Canada team. That game was played at Sabina Park. And if anyone remember, that same game, they had to push. Well, I was at the venue, so they had to push back the pitch to widen it up to the international standard. Because when the schoolboy football was playing, it wasn't at the international standard. They ended up pushing back. So when the club owners who utilize them venue to make to finance them clubs, decides that you are going a competition a keep, and we can make 200,000 for a competition, one running competition. The field are gonna take a piece of beating for 2 days, but me make 200,000. My question to you is this: so with FIFA, with the JFF mandating a particular standard versus the club making the owner of the club and make $200 for a facility, or the 200,000 for a facility versus him and think about the quality where the match will play by weekend. Which one do you think the club owner or the club facility owner are going to prioritize?
Man, look for him, always go for him pocket. Always go for him pocket.
Why do you think that is so?
Because at the end of the day,
love him don't love football. It's not love him don't love football while man think about him pocket, you know. It's solely because
me never say that.
Yeah, me not tell us
because him have him bills to pay too.
Exactly, because when the facility are used and the amount of money you can make for the one event there, think about it, when JPL match are play, you get a 60,000 for JPL match versus the 2 day event will cost 200,000. Many people now are gonna say, boy, that's not the right way to look at football, because you have to think about the future and this and that. But you have to understand that the owners are living right now, and them have think about them pocket right now. So most of these owners of the clubs and also facilities aren't necessarily thinking about the future of the football. They're not thinking about that. They're thinking about what they can have now. So it boils down to
Them I think about the no.
yeah. So without that money, nothing can happen. But this is what happened now. This is what the JFF needs some backbone. And what we find out now is this, that the club, the reason why you're seeing some of these fields are getting so beat out is because we find out that you have clubs now, Whatsap, pull them team. That's going to go down on a different channel. I mean, everyone going to that still. But that will go with the issue and whole but thing. But we can release some things, but me leave that. That a long sitting and Ryan like yeah, them droopy. But
no, sir. Me I listen to you in a bridge and they on the ground, you know.
Yeah, but the whole purpose of that is it's difficult. It's very, very difficult to turn down 200,000 because you think about the match you're going to play over the weekend. It's very, very difficult. Really, really difficult. And
so basically the standard of football in Jamaica go always stay at one level.
It's going to be difficult. And that's what it boils down now. That's what it boils down to, you know. If the JFF can stand on their foot and say, okay, this is the minimum standard, which is at the CONCACAF level, the CONCACAF standard, that the fields are supposed to be at. If we turn up, or the Premier League turn up on a match day, and the pitch is below that standard, you are going to be fined because the pitch is not at the acceptable standard, or either fine or you're going to lose pointings because the opposing clubs will get them pointings there. Now, when you implement those strict measures, I get about the ideas, you know. When they implement those strict measures, that will force the club to try and their best to maintain that, because when the opposing team come, they want to ensure that when the referee pass over a field, the match commissioner, who's normally from the JFF, pass over a field and say, yes, the fielder is at the standard. But if you go there and see brown patch there, so, grass cut and throw them there, so, automatically, you lose a 3 points, you get fined. That is now the JPL will get money. Right. The JPL will benefit from it also, and the opposing team will benefit from it. So that will go force. That will go force.
It will go force the home teams them to make sure so them feel in a tip-top condition.
They feel in a top condition before they can say, all right, before they can think about saying you're going to want home matches them at our home. So if they can't do that, all of the games them play at the required venue, the venues them stipulated by the JFF said, okay, yes, we know that JC is not the pitch is not the best. We know say some of my pitch Jackson pitch I work on as well, but it's way better than down Effortville. It's significantly better than certain other places, and we can work with it. So that pleasing to the eye, but it's that's acceptable standard. So nothing below that. So guess what? You must get that. Is
all right.
And you know the thing when I agree with
you. Big up yourself, no fish me.
Yeah, man. One thing before you cut me off there, Ryan.
Right. Yeah. Talk, Carla.
Talk.
Yes, if forward weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. United are walking Anfield and tip up on your side here.
But me didn't know that I say, brother, I cut you off.
Big up yourself, teacher.
Go on, dream, man. Go on, dream.
I got a breakdown video.
All right, big up yourself, Carla.
Yes, Ryan. Another breakdown video.
Man, tell a story. So Man United win a look trophy, and the man them like, that's why I can't deal with them, you know.
The same trophy with them United, man.
Teacup with the man them at every time, brother. Fresh guy don't need to calm down, brother, because Liverpool are just going to Bob Marley like we City get the other day. Yeah, Prince.
Go back so military. The thing we agree with you 100% is that the JFF need to grow some backbone. You get me? I say? Them need to be a little bit more stricter in enforcing the standards. Right? Because, you know, me know personally that a lot of these clubs are hanging on by a thread. You get what I say, military guna? Them know them not have the capital for manage the club.
That's the reason I'm not taking 200,000.
Yeah, they know they now have the capital, you know, for manage a club. You get me?
That's
I
how
say,
them
but
two
you see
people
because you get me? I say, but you see because them know JFF not enforce no strict rule that allow them for survive because me I tell you said right now there are investors that willing to purchase some of them club here, but the people them nah let go. You know? So you see by JFF enforcing these rules, it go push some of them owner in our corner. You get me?
Military
I say?
and Prince. More
Yeah.
want to know, listen and hear me out now. All right.
Yeah.
This is my point and the field thing. I understand the government normally build these nice facility and all of them stuff there. Most of the time, government help out across the world. You understand? But my thing is, JFF have to play them part. It's not somebody supposed to get the blame. It's supposed to be the government and the football federation. My youth, brethren, you can give Boys Town a world-class facility in a 1 year. Right? You put down the world-class facility, stadium, bathroom, everything. And check back Boys Town 5 years from now. Remember, you give them a world-class facility like Liverpool, and check them 5 years after. What you think of that?
Ryan,
Me, I tell you
Ryan,
this.
Yeah. We are gonna talk business. We are gonna talk business.
Yeah, no for
You get
them
me, I
to
say, Ryan?
maintain.
Ryan,
No one maintain.
Ryan, we are gonna talk business now. Why would I want to give somebody else a world-class facility when me myself don't have a world-class facility? May I move on to the next point again? You get me? I say, why would I want to give somebody a world-class facility so they can make money in their pocket?
All right, so me understand, Prince. So basically, I say, boy, if me could have make money, why me gonna need to do that? Make a facility for myself, I make money, I fight. So if you rank it, Boys Town, the world class facility, you know what's gonna happen? You are gonna want to see returns.
Well, I'm just using a. But all right, watch this now. Me I go back to again. Say you Danny Jeda talk of him foolish. I can't foolish, When me attack them, come me there in an instant. My youth, me that Boys Town Football Club. Play Premier League, play under 21, play everything at Boys Town. Boys Town, they have a better pitch than Tivoli, Harborview, Waterhouse, Arnett Yard. Better pitch. Not facility, but pitch. Two nice, big Bembe. You understand? Boys Town are one of the biggest pitch in a Kingston. Pitch. Just the pitch alone. Omar Davis fix Boys Town well and the pump every single time when it broke down. See? The thing is, Boys Town did not cure the well. They leave the well to run overnight, and when them come back the next morning, it burn up. You can't do them things. You can't expect Omar Davis every time the pump mash up or the Marley, them for buy back it. Boys Town making money from the gate. They getting a lot of sponsor when they're in the Premier League. It come back down to these people at the club. They don't care. So if they only about JFF and the government, give all of them 14 clubs in Jamaica a good facility. Them not care it. Them not care the structure, brother.
All right, listen to Ryan, you're correct, But listen to me and say.
You're correct.
Why Arnett Garden still have a good facility and a good stadium? Them have good leader and good proper structure.
Agree.
Harborview. Why Harborview run down so? Because them are fighting over them each other Harborview. Only Boys Town and only Arnett Garden alone in the Garrison community will never run down yet. Discipline. Omar Davis. You have Patrick Robert. You have all of them. You have Andrew
Mark
Golding. Mark Golding.
Listen to
them have good leader. One order. That's so. Some of them club are military. Them want people to give them gold spoon, brother. Call them lazy, brother.
Listen to
anyway, go ahead now.
Listen to this. I understand. I agree with it as a management. Independent management is a big factor. So when you have good independent management, you will internally have proper investment, proper club turnover, everything that operate well in a club independently. Now, in the aspect of playing Premier League on the pitch, that is where the JFF will come in place now. Because you have clubs who get promoted to the Premier League, but don't have a proper facility and want home game. So not all facility. Remember that, right? So when you look at it, right? When boys don't drop out, so some of the clubs don't drop out of the Premier League, right? No games not play for them again because when them in the Premier League, people are come at the match, and people are turn out, people are buy the jersey, people are pay the gate receipt, so them can manage them thing. When them drop out at the Premier League now, and at the lower division, and you don't have the same turnover of revenue, what do you do at that point in time? When players leave, first of all, you have to cut a wage budget with the players then. That's the first thing you have to cut. Wage budget.
Military. I'm going to go back to you again, brother. Proper, structure, and consistent. You don't think the team them in the Premier League?
In the Premier League.
When them drop out, when you talk about continuity of structure, you don't have that in Jamaica.
Oh, Ryan, just listen to me, Ryan. In the Premier League, matches on a week in, week out basis are being played.
So, military, you know more ask, more stick to Arnett Garden. Why you think Arnett Garden? Come play for Arnett Garden, I'm see how
because management
compare with different.
Because of
so
management.
why we can't have that same management oversee the world?
Me ask that question now. How long the Arnett in the Premier League?
Arnett in the Premier League as from a baby boy Arnett Garden in the Premier League.
Years. So Arnett
well, man. Military, may I show you something, brother, military. It come back down to good leader and proper structure.
I agree.
Have a view in the Premier League how long? What else in the Premier League how long? The same time when me know Arnett Garden. You understand? All of these teams in the Premier League for a long time, but they don't have good, proper leadership.
All right. So listen to me, Ryan. Watch out now. Good. You make a very good point. View in the Premier League, Waters in the Premier League, so why them facilities still like that?
Tivoli.
And Tivoli. This is the reason, this is where the JFF, who is the governing body for football in Jamaica.
The regulatory body.
JFF do that already in the military.
Yeah?
Military, when me a boy, me telling the military, me ever cost JFF,
Make him take a run.
Listen, Ryan, this is what JFF will come in place now. If Arnett can do it, it means that every single Premier League club can do the same. So, despite money, because you have different type of leaders, right? You have different type of leaders. So you have some leaders who fine-tune to everything, and you have some leaders who let things go. So this is what the JFF are going to know. When the JFF putting things in place, that okay, for you to have home games, which is going to be televised, your pitch must be at that standard. Arnett already did it, so Arnett good. But the other clubs, them who are slack off now, this is where the points are going to lick them. This is where the fines are going to lick them. And this is how they are going to force they have for the management maintain them on a pitch rather than just say they're not business about it and anything. So this is what me I said. If JFF did stand up on the foot long time, Portmore United would have already been playing over further in the park for a long while now because it would have forced them. It would have forced them to make sure say them start out them something there and not rely upon.
Let me tell you what the biggest problem. Let me tell you one of the biggest problem with most of the Jamaican club there. And you see this thing, I'm going to show you. You see this one man thing, always I go kill Jamaican football. Eddie Siago die. Right? Military. Go on, man. Go on. Look later, military. Big up yourself. We know them with the military. Big up yourself, man. Big up your family and thing, Virgin. Yeah, man. Tell you why. Big up. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, military. Yeah. So, Prince. Let me tell you this, Prince. You see the one man thing at Jamaica, it a mash up the football. Eddie Siago leave.
Yeah.
I remember when Tivoli in their prime, Nike sponsor Tivoli again. Eddie Siago never really take sponsor. Who remember when Tivoli Garden in a Eddie Sia gonna take sponsor for Tivoli Garden? So Eddie McGarn struggle when you look at Tivoli Garden pitch.
Mm-hmm.
With the look, me say I have a view training today, and tears want drop out of my eye. I have a view. We are talking about the JFF and the government. If the JFF and the government get all of them facility and say, hey, run it, they mash it down because guess what? Them don't want to pay to maintain it. Pay couple people to grown people to maintain it. Them lazy, all of them club here want to make money. Them a talk about them not make no money. Them a make money, but the money are going in them pocket. Them know them not for pay.
And Ryan, so this are the main reason why we say JFF need to come and them need to enforce the standard. You get me? I say them need to set a standard and them need to enforce it. You get
But
me?
Prince,
I say, Ryan?
when Boston just coming at the Premier League, Prince, and that me I try tell you no. JFF suck up, them forget them beaten. But me I tell you this, when Boston coming at the Premier League 2006, yeah, when them Wole Pine caller, Wole Pine. When Boston coming at the Premier League at 2006, you see this water, every name they panic. Every player within a Boston
Yeah,
squad,
I know that.
them name.
I know that.
You see when Boston come in, my father was a part of the groundsman thing. Yeah, help. Everybody in the community, hey, Boston coming at the Premier League, we can't play because we don't have good stands. You see the stands in my front are big all this, so you know much back bus and thing, come here, community, everybody have to come together for put in stands and thing like a month before the Premier League. Yeah. So JFF put in them thing that even the brother when him I can remember him. Raymond and this, he was the one who have to pass these pitch. Some of them club owner, yeah, them depend on people too much. Them only want to make money. Only
Ryan,
stop the laziness and talk about government and thing, Prince. Go ahead, Prince.
Ryan, that's why we say them need for. That's why we want JFF to enforce the standard, and we want them to slap them with fines, left, right, and center, till them have to run well left the club. You get me? I say because you know Boys Town. How much persons over the years you have heard wanted to purchase Boys Town?
Wally.
The whole heap of people.
Wally.
And
the man them want Boys Town and the man them not Lego.
You get me? I say, and them never want Lego. The man them willing for hold on upon the clubs them, even if the clubs them are gonna run under. The man them now Lego off of the clubs until the club run under. Even when them know them now have the capital and them can't manage. And other people see the clubs them and them have the capital and them willing for step in. So this is why JFF need for step in and them need for enforce the standard and them need for lick them. Them need to lick them with the fines left, right, and center. Lick them so hard, them literally have to run well left the club. You get me? I say? Then persons we are gonna make the right proper investment can step in and I saw football Jamaica will grow. Cause the dinosaur them now Lego.
Alright, Danny Jet, we'll come back again. Cause you're a topic in here. Ready for come on now. Go ahead, Danny Jet.
Alright, bless up again. Ryan.
Yes, sir.
You need to look into things and what is happening. You can't just in a bubble. You get me? All right. Tell me now, how much club in Jamaica own and buy a pitch?
How have you won them pitch? Tivoli Garden own them pitch. Boys don't own them pitch.
No, brother. Tivoli Garden no own no pitch.
Tivoli Garden
a railway sports complex.
So no Tivoli
railway sports. A railway land. Me done with that. A railway own it. A railway over.
A Tivoli man.
A Tivoli own.
Now tell you something.
A Tivoli own. That piece of pitch.
There.
You know much time them. Hold on. You know much time separate them people that try to get rid of Tivoli. What do you man? Eddie have the documents.
I get rid of Tivoli. I'm not about get rid of Tivoli.
No, they want to get the land. They want to get the piece of land. You ever go over Tivoli yet? You ever go in Tivoli yet? You go around at the back of you go around at the back with the chain them and everything.
Yeah.
Danny J, just listen to me now.
This is a railway place. Me no know what I'm to you.
Danny J.
Tell me when railway buy that. Tell me when railway sell that. Hear what me say now.
Tivoli Garden,
two people, hear me Ryan, go easy. Two people me know own football field and it's Moby and Harborview.
So who own Alec Garden?
Who
own Alec Garden complex? Yeah.
Wait there. You think our football club build Alec Garden Sports Complex, Virgin?
No.
You don't know that bill. You never born yet.
What you mean? Omar Davis bill and
Go do the history. Go do the history of how that bill. Wait then, man. Go find out how Arnett Garden Sports Complex bill. If an Arnett Garden Football Club bill it. Go find out that and come back. You are a journalist.
All right.
Right?
All right.
You know what I say now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who own Boystown?
Who own Boystown?
Yeah, football club over there, so who own it?
Laxi Comey and Junior Lincoln.
Where them own?
Boystown.
A father place that, yeah?
So no.
Them here own the club, them name the pan up paper.
So no Boystown said we Danny J.
Easy no man. A father Sherlock place and it's not a football club. It's more than a football club.
Yes, Danny J. We all know that. So the boys don't own it, Danny J.
Yeah.
Okay, so but when Danny J understand, Father Sherlock not alive, Danny J. Say it must pass to somebody else.
So a foundation run them things every you can't sell just so.
No,
a foundation me can better on that.
Danny J, just listen to me, no, man. A two boys stone man here talk to you, know, Danny J. Father Lincoln.
You don't know the Boystown. You only go play football over there. You don't know the history, brother. Boystown.
Danny J.
You don't know the history, Ryan.
Danny J, where you tell me something you know the history of Reggae? What you mean by you tell me something?
The history of Boystown. Tell me now. If you know the history, tell me.
Danny J, we don't get into that, brother. But me, Danny J,
all right. A Father Sherlock place. Come again now.
So we don't know.
Watch now. The club. Listen now. So relax now. Make me talk. I might talk, brother. Relax.
Go on now.
Hear what me I say now. The club them at Jamaica can't buy a football field. Them can't. Look on Cavaliers. I want big club that. Eh?
Me agree with you on Cavaliers.
I agree with you. I
agree with you about Cavaliers.
Alright, you hear me now. You could only see the big match them on TV. You know what match me see where 300 and 400 people in that? Alright, me I gotta ask you a question now. You know tourism bill at Jamaica?
If me know
who for money bill tourism?
Me no know when you come on to them people.
Danny J.
I do tourism can spin out. Wait, no. Yes, Prince. Yes, Prince. Yes, Prince.
You know, tourism is a
wait, no.
Is a big
Prince. Prince. Me not expect that of you. Me not expect that of you. You know how tourism, you look on tourism now. Tourism start, brother, with some people that come from banana boat up at Portland. You hear me? A taxpayer money, them take and promote that thing. Them have a ministry of tourism. It carry a lot of spin-off still. But until this day, them a take taxpayer money and promote this thing. Now you see football clubs did owned by the Asal and the Matalan and the all of them there. You would have a ministry where deal with it the proper way. Right? No, me don't expect this club at this stage can deal with no football field. We need to get them some football field and then we grow the product.
Danny J, hold on, me ask
Parish Council want to feel them. Tell Parish Council to deal with them, feel them. Deal with Jackson. The last time Jackson fixed up and Mr. Gould deal with it. Tell Parish Council, St. Ann Parish Council or Jackson. Tell them to go put a proper thing over there.
Danny J.
How me sound?
Danny J,
yeah. Yeah.
Before we're gonna.
Yeah.
You see me, we have to be fair.
All right.
You see, tourism, I want a number one industry in Jamaica.
It wasn't. It reached there now because we promoted my youth. How far can football reach? We don't know because we not promote it. Listen.
For a long while, tourism
we don't know.
in Jamaica for a long while. You get me? I said that, Nijed. And
brother, you not hear me, you young, you know. I'm hear me. Yeah.
History at school, I study history.
Yeah. I was in down history you study. A white man slave black people. That you study.
You see me? Danny Jed. We do social studies.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
So man.
All right. As a young you, me wait to still because you do your research, man, thing.
Yeah, man. That's why I tell you. Say tourism, I want a number one sector in Jamaica.
Yeah, but listen to me now.
So here we are going now. Because of them are bringing in the big food. Because of them are bringing in the big food, you know. Them have a claim, say, yo, if me are bringing in the money, that means say me shouldn't have a bigger budget for work.
Prince, let me talk now. Tourism never start right there. I told them spend and promote. You can't get that on Bob Marley image and all these things. You cannot get that. It never start here, so you get that as a young youth. Me know when it never there, nowhere. You never have no Otorios was a fishing village. You don't know that? Did you know Otorios was a small fishing village? Prince, are you may I talk to? Social studies and history.
Danny Jed, hold on, man. If we go back in our past, you know, remember, you know, say once upon a time, not even Kingston was the capital for Jamaica, you know.
All right, so we're not going in our past. I'm going to show you the next thing again.
No for them.
Well, no, Prince, listen now, me do little talking now, like how you have it all night. You hear what I say now? We are go back at 20 again, 10. United Nations do a study, right?
Yeah.
And tell Jamaica say them now go grow with all of them same thing like tourism and them thing they will not do. On need some new things if on not going to grow. United Nations look upon them and tell them say reggae music and the film industry can make a country grow. No, you see them leader here? To me, this is my calculation now. When them look around and see say film industry, music industry, football industry, you know, say I be able to get up people have them talent here. We're not much interested in that. We interested in the Atalan, the Azan, the all of this to promote for them business. While we have the liquor business, then we can grow, come big, to help the, don't cut me, to help the economy, but we don't look on them, because it's going to make some poor people turn millionaire, and it not going to work. Your time to talk.
All right, so here we go on, Danny Jed. So you say, a peer ghetto people have them talent here. You get me? I said, Danny Jed?
No, mostly.
Yeah,
Me not say
so
pure.
mostly,
Not go for pure, we not go for none. Mostly. Who mostly sing music to you?
But Danny Jed.
Who mostly sing music?
Danny Jed. Hold on.
Who mostly sing music?
Danny Jed, calm down.
Danny Jed. Most of the communities them where they in Jamaica are ghetto. You get me? I said the majority of people in Jamaica are ghetto them come from.
Then that you know.
Even enough people where the uptown where you see in them big house, enough of them come from ghetto as well. You see me? So you see because majority of communities
some.
Jamaica.
And most of them big house who get to go foreign build them are them people that were up at that part that where me I tell you about same way.
Danny Jed,
the government put fill them business. Me know Jamaica inside out.
Danny Jed, trust me, enough.
We need some help with the field, brethren. That are the point. That me I say. From a higher source. That is the point. On of a ball feet. And stop telling me about Harbour View buy piece of land, brethren. Them do good. You get me? Respect Harbour View. Respect Mobile for what them do.
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
So each time Harbour View and them club there make a money, the government supposed to get a piece of the pie then?
Then them not get them tax, virgin. Want to your business do without tax? What kind of more pay you want than your tax?
Brother,
Which
brother, some of them.
What you mean business do?
Well, I know. Danny J.
no tax government, they get no money, brother.
Virgin, not tell me no stupidness, virgin.
Well, I know. Danny J.
Unless you get exemption, you have to pay your tax. Unless you get exemption, sorry. Man, listen.
When Ryan say him actually right, it's enough of them club here, them a chop the government. You get me? I say, I'm gonna explain to you how them a chop the government. You see certain things when them fear pay like income tax, NHT tax, them not pay them thing there. You get what me I say? You see when them guard the bank and them collect a check and them give all of them. The government now get no income tax.
Nothing.
When them bring a check guard the bank and them bring money come in an envelope and give the ball of them 7
be a money in an envelope,
20 grand in a hand. All the government profit from that.
Wait, no.
Listen up. An education part now.
The government, brother.
An education part. So you see, if enough of them club actually had set up payrolls, then the government would have made those deductions from the payment. But them now set up no payroll because them no want to pay the extra tax. You see me, them club are cheap. Them try to find every way or for save $1.
But anyway, hear this now. Wait now. Prince, you go off target. I know that tax them matter. That a PAY tax. That mean the player them not pay no tax. And if the player them not pay no tax, relax, man. You don't know about Jamaica. Listen to me. Oh, you mean the club for PAY? The club supposed to take it out of them pay. But I know the club are going to pay it at the player. But if the player wages don't reach the threshold, then I'm not going to pay any. But I'm supposed to pay housing trust and education tax.
Danny, just stop it. Most of them.
Listen to me now. Danny, Stop what?
Danny, just listen to Danny. Danny, a player get $40,000. Them for pay them tax and the club them need to pay them tax.
You know, yeah, man. $40,000.
40,000. 150,000. One to them players there.
Man will get 250,000.
200. Wait now. A month?
Yes, cash.
A month?
Enough for them I get them pay by cash, brother. All the government a benefit from it.
250,000 a month.
You have some player get 2 grand, 2. May I tell you about when O'Neal Bigger Thompson and Jeremy and you them play Danny Jet?
Yeah.
So Danny Jet.
You know, think the more thing more. You know, just go on the thing. You think all of them club are register? Wait now. Yeah. You think all of them club are register and them now pay no tax? You think that?
Me no, Danny Jet.
But I think we ought to know.
Danny Jet.
Anyway, hear me I say. Now done the topic. Hear me I say. Because I don't know about a thing named threshold in a Jamaica, tax threshold. You have to earn a certain amount before you pay. Anyway, hear me I say.
Them club
listen to me. Most of the field them owned by the parish council, them need for structure how to take care of them field. They make money out of it too. Alright?
Yeah,
good
man.
night.
Big up yourself, Danny J. Big up to the wife, yeah?
Alright.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Danny J,
I'm not keep well.
Before you're going on, Virgin, I need to start up the thing, Virgin. Where are we at, pan, Virgin? Start up the thing where me can come over and hear thing, no, man. Every day you come tell me about chew. Brother, don't call back the show if you not line up the thing, brother. Me a ban you, brother.
Thank you, Ryan.
Me a ban you, brother. You know, me not answer your calling. No more time, brother, until you do what you're supposed to do.
Thank you, Ryan.
No more. Me never see you calling. Till next week when the president come, me know why don't bother calling, brother. Come in and answer you, brother. You have something with me I need to deal with. Where you need to strap
here it is. Tell Prince me I go want him number, yeah?
Virgin,
why Prince. Send Prince number come to me?
I'm not sending a Prince number until you start where you're supposed to start.
Alright, Reggie.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But Marie Prince as a youth, you know? Him doing things. Yeah, Marie that.
Everything when I tell you say you need to start up.
Alright, Reggie.
Prince.
Yeah.
No man when name Danny J text about nothing, brother. And ask him if him start up the thing when I tell him say him for start up. Alright? Yeah. Yeah, man. But boy, Prince, Me I tell Danny Jets enough of them club, them lazy, brother. Me I tell you that, bro. Them lazy, bro. Them lazy, bro. Carla, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, Ryan, me here talk and me here Danny Jet, soldier again, man.
Yeah.
So when I say to you, me hear you see some very good thing here, Prince, but what happens still, you know, Ryan? We have to blame JFF, you know, because the JFF, them FIFA give them 280,000 every US dollar every 3 months. That work out to 1.1 million US dollar a year. And you tell me, say, them can give the parishman them some money, say, all right, even for help or for help to deal with a field or so. So, them money there, me just look on that alone, because one president, they must say they owe them $1.7 million dollar. And then again, I know them after Adidas deal, then say them give them $1 million. $1 million can do too. I didn't think I want to ask Mr. Chung, you know, but I just show me not to talk to him. You know.
We are going to get by the president, man, Chung, for to that when. Tomorrow will be Friday. Probably Sunday even to try to get back both of them on the show. For different topics.
Sunday more they on the road that come from field when we beat you up Sunday, man.
Sunday. All right then. So that a year. No man, 2 o'clock in the day, 2 o'clock UK time. Yeah, they up, man. Either Monday or Sunday. One of them day there, we are go plan it. I go just call him and ask him.
Yeah, man, they feel good. And when I tell about when I said to you now, Prince, about said something with tourism, you know, Daddy Jed. Tourism, when I tell about tourism, still in a wrong sense, but a backside and them thing they used to run the country still back then. That's where I say still. And certain thing with Danny Jed, I say him right, but him right to do it where I say to, and you right, Ryan, have a good point too, but alone right. And
you know, say Soji for that big man level still, you know, say as somebody who study history and stuff, you see me? You know, say the backside thing, there was a big chop. That was the biggest chop Jamaica ever get. And you know why I'm tell you why this is the biggest chop? Because at one time, Jamaica was one of the biggest. Jamaica was one of the largest aluminum producer in the world. Well, I'm not going to say aluminum.
Yeah.
Nobody no quote me upon that.
Yeah, me know you.
At one time, I think about 80% of the aluminum in the world came from Jamaica. You see me? You can quote me upon that one. You see me?
We know that, man.
A lot of countries was making billions of dollars of Jamaica, while Jamaica wasn't earning squat. You get me? I say? Because you see, when you sell material, by the way, when you sell material, you don't really get any money for materials. You know what you get money for? The product. You see me? So what they did, they came into Jamaica and then buy the material that is the backside for little and nothing. And then what they did, they turned it into aluminum and them use it, build car and all kind of thing, and earn millions when them pay we little and nothing for our natural resources.
All right.
So that was one of the biggest ever Jamaica has ever experienced. Because Jamaica produce aluminum, right now, I don't think we have an economic problem. You see me? Jamaica would be a wealthy country. Trust me.
Poor leader we have, brother. Poor leader, brother.
But Prince. Yes.
Prince.
I mean, I hear Prince.
Go ahead, you know, because we're going to wrap up soon next couple minutes.
All right. What may I say now is the backside thing where I say, look on the man, it's just like a man who farm. The farmer get less time product, the farmer no make the money, you know. I man who sell the product make money, you know. And if you know, say, even the highway where we build now 1978, when the backside company said to the Prime Minister at the time, say, don't charge me no tax for 1 year. And I will cut the highway from Ferry straight to Ochirias. And the government said no. And away man say, then a mistake where government made that time to when them take 51% from the backside from runners and say, give them 49, and man say, me can't spend my money, and you I make more and do what them pack up and leave. And when them pack up and leave one to the country. Go down the hill. Go down the hill. That's what happened. That's what happened. So these things, it just like I would patching as where you then say, but you see even issue, you do issue, me do issue, rand, maybe do me rand do issue, but we'll patching where man in teach with you know, and next time we will chat about them things.
Yeah, man,
yeah,
man, me I go close up. Me have 3 more minutes, but me have somebody from the Arnett Garden where me get a whole heap of call, but me have to call back that person. It's been calling a long time.
Yeah.
People, anybody who wanna get called, we're gonna pick it up back tomorrow again. Tomorrow Friday, we'll pick it up back tomorrow. But I have somebody from Arnett where I have to talk to. Carla, you have 1 minute to get your point across. Make it quick.
Yo, sir.
Yes, sir, Carla. Go ahead, Carla.
Yeah, Arnett Garden I come from, Barn and Grove.
Arnett Garden. Okay, so 2 Arnett man. Me have 1 more man. Arnett man to call.
Barn and Grove. Play upon the field when it mash up before nothing. You see what Danny Dread tell you now? A madness Danny Dread tell you now.
Yeah.
Arnett Garden Management own Arnett Garden Sport Complex. And you see, if you don't believe that, I'm going to send a Gleaner article to show you what I tell you. Arnett Garden Management own Arnett Garden, own Tony Sparling. That's 50 a year when me play upon that. Me play upon that before that build up. A Tony Welch and Tony Sparling build that. Tony Welch and Tony Sparling build that.
Yeah. So who own it now? Who own it now? Omar Davis and the rest of
the management them, whether George Pang, Omar them, at them own it. We can send even article for sure you that.
Send it to me, man, but we can't know that here, man.
We know that, you know.
We know that you can come from Jungle and remind us.
Anyway, we know all of that, you know. I just Danny Jed never did that.
Yeah, Danny Jed never that comprehend, man.
Make sure you yourself to go do research. Him not do no research, brother. He might tell you madness stream, no, you're young. Brother, me are 55 years old. Me a play upon that when that has stored.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. But
so, them own that, brother.
Carla, big up yourself, because we have nearly a minute.
Brother, do your thing, man. Big up yourself, man. You're on Prince, man. Easy, sir.
Big up, Carla. Enough respect.
Danny Jed, you hear that, Danny Jed? That me I try to tell you, say, Tiwali Garden, Eddie Siago. Danny Jed, school no man, Danny Jed. When you hear me tell you about Arnett and Tiwali and Boys Town, you must listen.
Yeah, hello?
Gunners, man, calling from down a jungle. Yeah. What a jungle you call from?
Havana, man, right with the complex there, man.
Yo, big up yourself, man, because you usually live at Havana. You don't remember me, Carla?
No, I remember Bonnie Scott, you saw, let's come up here with it. Bonnie Scott, how are you, Tina? Bigger Tams.
Bigger Tams. Yeah, man. Me live near close to the cemetery, right?
Yeah, around there, some come from, right around Calvary Cemetery on the front part.
You right there, sir.
Did America for a little bit.
Yeah,
but you know, all right, now I tell you, come as I watch your program and I love your program, because I love your program. It's not a yes man.
Yeah.
And I kiss up because you're trench down you. You know we stay.
Yeah.
You see me?
Yeah.
When we want to talk about based on the topic, we're not talking about the feel and them things there. It's when me a little youth, it's when Arnett field was a dirt field, because I play minor league for Arnett and win 18 at the time there. Boys Town have the twin them and Kirk Massey used to play for Boys Town minor league them time there. And then I leave and go America. All this fall right up. Boys Town field was so green them time, but it's a true Boys Town them time there. They'd have the alley nab them and true Boys Town is kind of good in a cricket. Because enough people know so Boys Town is a big cricket club.
Big cricket club, yeah.
You see me? Yeah, so Boys Town they'd have the alley nab them and then to Carl Brown them and them. They'd inner the thing them time there. So when Boys Town field it green, our field was dirt field them time there. Because when that time we did out of them time they named National League. We did out of National League for a while, you know, in 1988. We come back up on a beat, Marvel. But anyway, long story short, you know, it's a Arnett and Tivoli. We used to always play one match them at stadium or camp. Captain Burrell come to George Pang them and tell Pang them, say, listen, them are gonna kick out Arnett and Tivoli out of the league if we can't play, because we're supposed to can't play home game. And I suppose if I say pause, you know, say Pang, go down and them and Doros them sit down and make the game them where the man them play the game first, one down at Tivoli and one down at Arnett. So JFF, if them really implement themselves, Ryan, may I tell you, them can do it.
Yeah.
You see me? I'm what me know you not like talk about other program. Watch that next program what there. And the man them a say, over dysfunction, the club team them a make 14 team and parish team. Ryan, you know Boystown people and Jungle people them say, you think we're gonna follow the Kingston team? Me know people from Boystown that ever watch football and get to Boystown and get relegated. We not gonna follow the Kingston team and them thing there. We're gonna follow Arnett and we're gonna follow Boystown.
That will never happen. That will never happen.
So Carla, you never remember
like
No man, once you know quote them, cause the reason why I don't like to talk, I don't like people misquote. Sometimes the people
when we up on the next thing I want to talk about franchise. And first of all, what them understand is a Jamaica football fan base. And I like back in it's when me a youth and me I go on it and Boystown a stadium. Stadium full go right round like a champs, right round. Nowadays when time on it and any team I play, a grandstand alone them open up the whole of bleachers. So the fan base so we think so we did have the fan. All right, look on World Cup what there. And look how Boystown and Arima with the Brazil thing. I don't know if you see it.
Me see it, man. I see everything, brother.
All right then. I saw Boystown thing and Arnett used to stay when Boystown when Arnett beat Boystown, it was a celebration and a
big thing, man. So big thing.
Yeah, so we don't have that fan base and more because them look youth and all them more. When you are youth,
the youth them are dealing right now.
Not even the pipe, them want to be one more. What argue? All right, when we are youth, me and my brethren, them when we go argue, we argue about Jordan or Gorilla who better. Now we are arguing about Messi and Ronaldo. When me are youth, I want to be like Christopher Dias and Prince Orient and them man. Them youth want to be by Messi, Mbappe. So overseas thing them idolize. When we are youth, Ryan, Bonnie Scott and them youth, the style of banks and them youth there. Come watch your program, and the next thing I'm going to say for your program, Whisper is not a wonder kid. Wonder kid are the youth from Brazil who go for 60 million when they are 16 car. When you're a wonder kid, England team them find any way of getting in the league. Them not about no child labor and them thing, they stand up in another way. You see me? So him is a great, listen, dog, him is a good player, great, all right. Him is a great local player who can evolve into something great if it go about the right and proper way. But me and you know, say, wonder kid, I like when them say Oligard at 15 and Real Madrid come by him. It no matter which country you come from.
That's true. Club they do when him at 15, you know.
True.
When Dwight York them, listen, it's when Dwight York them and Russell up tapping them that they have a team before even have when he import Morant to come with Corky and them used to pay the ball of them in the US. When Latapi them come at Jamaica come play and Dwight York them play against Wade them when they are 16 and Dwight York them left from Trinidad and go Array and end up in a Manchester United side. Dwight York never end up in a Nottingham Forest and them side there. And them something they call Wonder Kid. You see me? John Barnes them come and them go to Watford to them reach Liverpool. When you're a Wonder Kid, you spend one season at Aston Villa and then you go to Leon Bailey now. Leon Bailey on a world class. Leon Bailey is a good player. You spend one season at Aston Villa and then from Aston Villa you go to a big club. So everything when I put them down, that's reality where I talk, brother.
Agree with you, Carla. Agree with you.
Yo, Carla, we to the line, we agree with you, but you don't say, we love set way up. You don't say, I will come for the show.
No, honestly, listen. It's the truth. The truth is an offense, but it's not a sin. We now put on Craig. We know Craig Butler from Craig Butler played part cover them at GSC them back leg. Craig Butler a wicked wing back. We love Craig. All right, so Craig Butler. We love Craig Butler for Jamaica football. Cause Craig Butler 99% of the things them what Craig Butler say is true and can get Jamaica at the right. But Craig Butler problem is him cannot take constructive criticism. Nobody not perfect and nobody not stop learn. You see me?
How much percent you say them are true?
I'm not talk about the things them when say all time more. Me I talk about
no more just say how much percent you say a while ago.
All right, listen. Me not talk about the thing. Listen up. Me not talk about the thing them where I'm saying
No,
like
man,
you not
me
say.
nah beat you,
Whisper
me nah beat you,
in a
man. Me just want you
Newcastle.
repeat.
When listen up. When me I talk about all right, listen.
Yeah.
What I mean, remember me rephrase it. It's a
No,
Craig
no, why
Butler
you rephrase
philosophy
it, man.
on
Me just want you say it.
No,
and
listen.
that's what I want to show you.
It's a Craig Butler philosophy on Jamaica football. 99% of the way I want to take it, him can get Jamaica football at the right way. When I talk about him, I talk about Eddie how I come take out a training and all them. That first thing, the under 21 and the big team would have trained all two different players. Because me know Arsenal train a London colony and the next the under 21 and the woman them would have trained somewhere else. Me don't know about the under 21 and the big team are trained same place where you can take out a training and put to the next one, which I can be wrong. But me don't know about that. Me know say the big side train a London colony and the other team them have other place where them probably train brethren. So me don't know about no man I take no man out on a under 21 train and I put them on a big side. I have a much man at the second team.
It can happen because Liverpool it wasn't happen because he was on the team club. Liverpool club, you know, the new facility, Liverpool training ground, everybody under one umbrella upon the same complex.
Alright, so that's why I tell you I can be wrong.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, but a recent, most of the club them in Europe trying to get everybody on one. So everybody train at the same place. So you're right.
Yeah, because me know Arsenal train a London colony and the other team them probably train somewhere else because the woman team. So me don't know about as me I try to tell Ryan, listen.
Carla, listen. I tell you, sir, I want more minute now, but finish your part.
I don't say nothing, man. I don't
finish where you finish.
Listen. One thing I gonna say, I just want you to leave on that. Don't cheat Ryan. Just stand your ground, you, because that make me watch your program. Yeah, so once your program start kiss up to people and start, me know what Ryan, you're a trench stone youth, or a trench stone people.
Yeah, man, we think different, man.
You're a Bob Marley talk. Bob Marley gonna tell you the truth. If you're gonna shoot him, Ryan, not change your program.
Yeah. I saw
once you change the program, yeah, man, we're trench stone people. Once you change the program, Ryan, I don't want to watch it no more. You speed, take constructive criticism. You see me?
Yeah.
So everybody can take beating, virgin. Keep your program same way. And I always see a program anytime I can call in, I call in. I love your program.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, man. Big up to all the people in the Havana, man.
And don't know trench on you to the world, you your program will grow. You see me?
Tell me something. What are the before you go with Carla? Right at the front of Andy where the brother will sell the stroupies. We have the bar and thing. Where name again? Where name?
Yeah.
Where name? Him still have the store right there, sir.
Oh, you talk Barber Wayne, man, right there, sir.
Yeah, man, I'm a general, man, and I have another big brother from up in the Havana, sir. Yeah, man.
Right, and I always tell you them, because right now, do something where I try to bring back the community, because maybe I try to get Mark bowling. All right, you know, we need back in Jamaica, we need back the Corner League, them, Ryan. Because I know when you come up with Corner League, we need back Corner League.
True, man.
After about the Corner League, them, because that's how we used to spot the little talent, them, and rare. The whole heap of academy baller thing now go work. We need the youth them with the skimming skills. Because that motor you watch youth them and watch more. Go watch Jamaica under 17 player. The baller them to program. Them not have no flair, them not have nothing. We need but the little, me I tell you, so Bonnie Scott, you talk about Wonder Kid. Bonnie Scott, them was Wonder Kid. Because I see Bonnie Scott when they're in prime for me. You see me, a style banks and so if you want to say real Wonder Kid, a woman can do it football. Watch Bonnie Scott play, yeah?
You know, Carla, big up yourself, man. Enough respect, Carla.
Yeah, man, bless up, yeah.
All right, Prince, we're going to leave it there. So, Prince, one of the things that I want for prime myself with, all right? I want to think when I don't want to run away from no topic. You see me, Prince, my show is a footballing sports program. So that don't mean me have the title and the thumbnail. That is just a topic we're going to talk about. But people can call in once it's sports, we can have the discussion. You understand? So we not hate for nobody. So if a man call in and I talk about and I whisper on the topic or Craig on the topic, we hear them out. Which is right, no, Prince, because I talk.
Yeah. No, what you know, remember, you know, say me no have no problem with it. You get what I say?
Mm-hmm.
But me just show you, say, yo, when them say, yo, like, we come up and show every day and live for them, we just show you, say, we not really come for the show and live for them.
Yeah, but I just some
sometimes,
people,
you know, the fans them, and
yeah.
you see me, we have to talk to the fans them, because, like, the fan will call and we will say, yo, come on for your phone. We can't do that. We have to hear out the fan and we have to talk to him. You get me? I say? Because I them a click the like button. So,
brother, that me love about my show, brother. Me don't want nobody box mean, brother. Me don't want nobody box mean, brother. You get to me? I say, and me love how me I do my thing, and you know, that's the way how me I go do my thing, Bridget. I'ma always tell people, we talk about the JFF every day. Every single day in a Prince. Every day. And not one time here the people them say come off a JFF.
Or come off a speed.
You know what, Prince? One thing I tell people about me when me I do this. It's a time is the master. And time I go show the people the truth about people. I'm going to repeat it again. Time is the master. Nothing no be time, Tennessee and Danny Jet. Time going to show people who they are.
Yo, Ryan, you see, I one thing I can say, you know, you see, when persons have them type of behavior there, you see me, them toxic type of behavior there, them can't stay out of media. No matter what they do, them can't stay out of media. Them always are going to find themselves in a problem. You see me?
Brother, right now, Prince, me have whole heap of information. Whole heap. You see the other day things happen, I tell the people them say, yo, I will run out of them slippers and thing from the painting pitch. Me need bother come talk about it. You understand? Me just leave it. It's a time is the master. And remember, you know, I always right. One thing I always preach. Fresh God them can tell you. Tennessee them can tell you. I don't know about Danny Jet. But time, one thing me know. Time is the master. Time is the master. I'ma leave them for time. Said so. Oh, nothing now go on another national team. This and that. And you see it? Time comes spill out all of them being in the documentary. And one thing me do, when I turn on my TV and I turn on my camera, I not beg for people, for force don't think on people. I allow time is the master. I'm very good at patient and wait. To them hear something, I may say, oh my God, only if Jamaican people could have just wise up and know the truth.
They don't know what going
on. Prince, them don't know what going on, But when me come talk, them say my bad mind on this. But one thing me know, I'm going to leave it this up. People are Jamaican. From me I do this, from me I do this, people always come back and say, yeah, John Ryan, oh yeah, true, you're talking.
Ryan, I just saying,
kill them. Watch.
Ryan,
time.
And that just saying, you see all like people them where they comment and them are go on and on a bad mind and thing. On weird. Let's say something they on the horizon. I mean I tell you, say, you see when that release, you go see man come over here ball, you know. And you see when, hey, I want him here, you know, do ball to me. Ball to God. All right.
Yo, brother. One thing. Yo, brother, the amount of burden, enough thing me cover. And the people them beat me. Even the segregation in the team. And I pay people, I say, nothing now go on. I'm going to show you how time is the master. The other day, they me and low compound coaches decks, you know, and a chat. Pay foolish to the people, them, you know. 1 week after, what me tell you, say, time, everything just spill out in the documentary. And the people them say, yeah, I lie to you all. One thing me know about people. Time is the master. I may just I go leave it for a time span. Time, not no be time, or I go leave it, fresh God. Pressure, all of the man them, Tennessee, don't worry. Don't worry on yourself. You don't need to beat up on yourself. Yo, I have something they say, bridge, you know, more and drop on the people them, but I say, yo, Father God, should I do it? Should I leave it and make time catch up on them? I'm going to see one video today, I'm going to really laugh. I'm going to say, only you know, God. But we try to make everything be good. I'm going to leave it alone. The other day, you know, Prince, the two man, them run out of them slippers, you know, brother. May I tell you, say, ever hear when trouble reach a Tennessee and Prince, when trouble reach, you know, nothing can catch it, brother. Me tell you, say the man them run like a thief.
So when trouble reach a picnic shot fit you.
And here what now? I'm gonna leave it there, sir. People, I want to tell you guys, thank you very much for coming. I really do appreciate it. And I want to tell you guys, more to come on the Ryan Show. Alright? Yeah, people, I'm gonna leave it there, sir. Danny Jed, remember me to call in a what day? I asked Ryan how I know them thing there. And you see it? Another one day after Danny Jed, a big people just say, yo, fight will go on down in the under 17 camp there. No fight, cussing and a blame player. People say, oh yeah, here him go again. I make up things to get views. I gotta leave and make time beat on this man. Anyway, one thing more I tell the people them. I not beg nobody if you believe me. Just leave it until time. Everything will come out. You understand? Because sometimes I think as the thing them happen, we get it red-handed. Right away as they get it. You understand? And people, you see, one thing you know, I will leave everybody. A real social media time. And people forgive and forget them time there. Or you supposed to say, this a time, yeah? You leave them to crash the bus. And you just sit back and you say, boy. Anyway, I think I'll go on still. Big up on yourself, people. I love you. Hit the like button. Prince, what I said before we leave, brother? Because time is the master, I say.
If I hear when they say, if I hear what them say, when you live in a glass house, you don't chow stone.
All right. Better you go check
that's not alone, you know. When you live in a glass house, don't chew stone. All right. Eat that. I eat that. That's all I have to say. You see me?
Yeah, man. Time is the master. But people, big up on yourself. Nothing but live and respect. I'm telling you, people, it won't be the last. I won't be. But people, I got my bed still. Kind of feel my neck still, brother. Like I strained something on my neck yesterday, Prince. And didn't go to work today and didn't go to the gym, recover. You know, it's time for reflect and stuff, brother. So tomorrow I go at the gym. Tomorrow I go to work and things. So I go back.
You say it's a little cricket here in the neck.
Bro, me hear something there. I mean, I say,
your neck feels stiff.
Yeah, it feels stiff this morning when we wake up.
So ear whiting now. No put no ice pack on it. You see where you want eat. You get me? I say so. Wrap it up with towel and keep it warm. It what it go do? It go open up your muscles and it go help it for relax a bit. Cause that is something I experience when you see me. When me operational, so I know how it go already. So just wrap it up.
That now something for God the gym tomorrow, you know. Tomorrow me I go do.
No man, it release the muscle. You see me? Because what happen is that the muscle they get tight up. You get me? I say.
Hey, Prince, before I leave, brother. Muscle, brother. Before I leave, brother, me I show you say. You know what say? Me I watch on social media everywhere, brother. I don't know, brother, but everywhere I go, I see people in my type up my name. I don't know what I do, but as I say, I leave you guys for time. Only time will tell, yeah? All I want to come back right on the show and bow down to me and say, oh, right.
Wipe on the board thing.
My bad. Anyway, people, like up the stream, people, don't forget for people. And this is the thing we're at talk about. People, buy a merchandise from the store. I'm out. Reggae Boyz fans, don't forget to check out the merchandise. Follow the movements. Support the movements. Purchase the merchandise. Reggae Boyz Nation. We have the hat. We have the cups. Check it out. We have a lot of different merchandise in the store. Show your boy Ryan LFC some love and support. Buy the merchandise. Let me know. What do you guys think about the merchandise? Would you guys purchase one of the merchandise? I would really appreciate it. It help the channel, bro. And it help the channel. Put back some money in the channel to buy equipment. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Cameron, Reggae Girls top striker, and you are watching Ryan LFC YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.